and welcome to our final Adaptive Esports Rocket League exhibition presented to you by Logitech G, Mount Sinai, Able Gamers, and Adaptive Action Sports. I'm your host, Glitter Explosion, and if you guys are new here and are wondering exactly what this event is all about, I'll give you a little refresher. Previously, esports competitions for people with accessibility needs haven't really existed, even though gaming is quite popular within the community. So all of our wonderful partners have come together to create this first of its kind esports competition to fill that gap. If you're interested in finding out more, you can head on over to adaptiveesports.challenge.com. Today, we've got our last action-packed bracket full of North American Rocket League duos. But before we jump into all that action, let's take a look at our format and prizing. Now, our format is, of course, the same. We've got a single elimination bracket with Rocket League 2 versus 2, standard game rules in a best-of-5 series. But here's where things change up a little bit. Okay, it's the finals, so we had to step it up a notch here. You guys can see that there is now $4,000 on the line for first place. Second place is $2,000. Third place is $1,000. And fourth place is also $1,000. But not only did we up the prize pool, we're also paying out more places. So this is going to get a little spicy here today. Now that you guys know how all of it works, let's take a look at our final bracket. We, of course, have some familiar faces on here from our last Rocket League exhibition. We've got Boost collectors up there on our bracket waiting to see who will go up against them in the semifinals. And then we've got Supersonic versus Zero Gravity, Demolition Team versus Boom Crew, and our first matchup of the day, Goaltenders, will be going up against Double Tap. We have lots in store for you guys here today, and it's going to be a good one. Now, our first series is about ready to get underway, so it's time to bring in our phenomenal casters, Frank and Sleegy. Let's get this thing started.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And Frank, we've got a great one on our hands to start off today. Double Tap facing up against Goaltenders. And we've seen both of these squads before. So, I'm excited, especially with, all that's on the line here to see how these players have not only prepared, but what they're bringing to the table with their play styles here today.
Yeah, and you kind of read my mind on that one, right? You mentioned all that's on the line. Obviously, last event of the season, we've upped the prize pool, upped the rewards, and that, of course, ups the pressure. So I'm interested to see, okay, now it really gets into what these teams are made of. How do they perform when this much is on the line? Are they going to stay consistent? Are they going to buckle under that pressure? Sleegy, we are just going to have to find out.
Yeah, that we are, but it's going to be, regardless of what happens, I think it's going to be a great day of Rocket League here. Again, Double Tap and Goaltenders are first up here in the quarterfinals before we start to see how this bracket breaks down. And it is going to be Double Tap in the blue, Goaltenders coming up in orange. Not off the get-go, an opportunity for Goaltenders, but that one going to be just wide to the left, almost an opening goal in the first couple seconds.
Yeah, and now we'll see, Double Tap get back into this one a little bit. They have been that team with relentless offensive pressure. So, early losing that possession, having to play defense might have gotten them off to a slow start, but I expect them to pick it up here pretty quick.
Well, tryhard Kevin trying to get that one through. Astro Flea over here on the right side, but accidentally hits the wall. Balso still in a favorable spot for Double Tap is Try hard, sending another one through, and that one's going to be going straight in. Looked like there was a defender back, but maybe got caught up a little bit on his own back line, and either way, Double Tap going to be taking the first lead.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Okay, yeah, just a little bit of a misfire on that defensive side of the net there. So that's going to let Kevin bounce that one in. Defender kind of in an okay position, but maybe just a little that pressure we were talking about earlier coming into effect.
Ooh, nice little touch there from tryharder Kevin as well, able to cut across back in. Take a look at this. Not only does he get the hit in air, grabs the boost, but then able to get that nice soft cut just over top, but inside of the bar. I mean, great placement and a great way to get Double Tap a 2-0 lead.
And a great job reading the defender on that one as well, right? Bounced it right over the potential save there from the goaltender. So this is where Double Tap, I think, can start to get a little bit dangerous. It really hinges on goaltenders getting some possession here and like applying that same pressure towards Double Tap now, because if they don't, we've seen Double Tap just kind of run up these score lines.
That shot just wide, able to get taken care of as Double Tap looks to transition downfield. Tryharder Kevin gets one touch, but not the second. Great defense coming through from goaltenders. The first minute and 15 gone. This might be an accidental pass into midfield, and it is Kevin able to put that one right on through, secures his hat trick, and talk about an incredible start for him this game.
Yeah, and it was a great attempt from goaltenders. We saw Handy Kill Cam come through, get that clear off to the sidewall, but it was that double tap offensive pressure. They just stayed on it and saw it through. So now 3-0 here. We haven't even reached the halfway point.
That knocked down. Kevin looking to send that off the back wall. Gets a decent bounce to hit back down. Now, the turn back through. Kevin taking another shot on target, off the bar and through. Make it 4-0. And Kevin, I mean, he's just out here just glowing at the moment. Everything he seems to do is perfect.
Yeah, and a real fortunate bounce, because I think I've rarely seen a ball hit the crossbar in that way and bounce in. So Kevin just really lining up some great angles there for double tap. I mean, if you're Astro Flea, you've got to be at least happy you can kind of sit back and relax, because, I mean, Kevin seems to be handling this all on his own.
Another one that's going to be sent into that corner. Void trying to get back control. It'll be Handy Kill Cam. Gets a little bit of a touch. It's still in the orange half. As Void Pro will be able to send that one past into the blue territory now. It's the first time they've been here in a little bit. They're not going to be here for long. Another centering pass coming through. Astro Flea setting up for the shot. Takes it just underneath. Keeps it low. Catches the defense just unaware. And that's going to make it 5-0 now.
Yeah, Astro Flea says, all right, Kevin, you've done enough. Let me get a couple up there on the scoreboard. But 5-0. Goaltenders really, man, it's tough to say what they need to do, but I think a couple of better defensive saves, a couple of more powerful clears on their end, and double tap just isn't in that position to run up the score like they've been doing here in game number 1.
We'll try harder, Kevin, again. I mean, I barely even get a chance to respond to you. That's how quickly that double tap is scoring so far. 6 goals. We're not even done with the first half yet. And it's been really a lot off the back of Try Harder Kevin, who, I mean, he's living up to his name. Every single time he gets back onto the field after a kickoff, he's trying harder and harder. And it's paying dividends for them right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, 6-0. You can try a little bit less. You got a nice cushiony lead here. You can back off a little bit, but he seems to live up to that name, like you have said, Sleegy. And you might be having another goal for us right over that defender. Try Harder Kevin, trying his hardest to get double tap to double digits.
Yeah, Void Pro trying to just clear it away, but Try Harder is there waiting for it. Gets a nice little half volley to send it through, make it 7-0. In the second half of this game, I mean, it's just going to be goaltenders trying to figure out what they need to do to get this back in their favor here.
Yeah, and it's really just these small little defensive plays, I think, being in a little better position. We saw Void Pro kind of struggle a little bit just with some of those early game nerves to get into position to get those saves. He was like right there, right? But it was like as soon as that ball, kind of the deer in the headlights type approach, once double tap had sent that shot towards net. So, they've been doing a better job here in the second half of this game, getting some of these more powerful clears, getting a little bit of offense going, keeping possession just a little bit longer. But Try Harder Kevin has really just been kind of dismantling their defense. So if they can focus on Kevin, maybe kind of get a little more physical with their game, get some of those bumps in, as Kevin sends a bump in return towards Handy Kill Cam there, they might be in a better position going into game number 2.
And another good 50 there, but still not able to clear their zone. Fortunately, though, able to run a lot of time off. And I think for goaltenders, you just want to try and get into this game 2 as quickly as you can. As Astro doing a great job of moving this down the field to get back control, trying to set it back up the other way. Main thing is just maintaining that possession as Kevin moving it down this left sideline. Potential pass off the backboard, comes right out in front, but the shot going to be sent just wide off the post. Now an opportunity back the other way, but a quick takeaway by Kevin again. Post, but he's there to follow it up, make it 8-0, and the domination from double tap continues.
Yeah, just a tough break for goaltenders there. You saw Void Pro with possession of that ball, tries to get the flick to get the pass over Kevin, but Kevin just does a great job of reading that, swipes the ball away, and converts it into a goal almost instantly. So double tap, to their credit, just playing extremely well here in this best of 5 series.
This is another send down the right side. I think Double Tap potentially trying to see if they can break into the double digits here, but a great 50 there from Handy Killcam. Can't quite get control of the ball. It'll be a center. Killcam able to get a little bit of boost. Oh, but the boost grab puts him just off target, not able to get that through. Now Astroflea, no, actually, it's going to be Kevin taking it, just coming across screen, make it 9-0, and I do think they are going for that double digit.
I mean, they got 18 seconds to do it. It's definitely in the cards for them right now. But I did want to point out, I think the one thing throughout this entire exhibition series has been like boost control. And to me, that's what's separating a lot of the good teams from great teams, because that allows you to just play so much faster, so much more aggressive, and make these reads so much cleaner. And like you had mentioned on that previous play, Handy Killcam had the potential goal. If he had a little bit more speed, he would have been able to create more space between himself and the defender, and they might have gotten one on the board right now. Here, though, the 0-second mark, are they going to keep it up? That ball will hit the ground. Double Tap avoids the double digits, but they are going to take game number 1 here.
Yeah, game number 1, and really doing a lot to set themselves up. I mean, look at that from Kevin. 8 goals on 9 shots. Only 1 save coming through, and everything else was just going straight into the back of the net. I mean, it was a just absolutely dominating performance from him. Astroflea doing a great job of setting up 3 of those assists and helping them to secure this 1-game lead. I anticipate them to probably continue that momentum forward, and so that's the important thing for goaltenders, right, is figuring out how do we fight back against this, because Kevin at this moment in time is hitting absolutely everything that he comes across, and it doesn't really feel like the goaltenders have quite found that response yet.
Yeah, to me, the response comes down to there's 2 ways you can try to kind of respond to what Double Tap showed us in game number 1 there. The first one is try to match that speed and aggression. If you're goaltenders, then you have to be looking towards boost control, controlling those boost pads so that you can keep pace with their level of play. And then the other one is one that, Sleegy, you've brought up kind of time after time, and that is getting a little bit more physical, trying to bump them and throw them off their game. So here in game number 2, we'll see if goaltenders have an answer for Double Tap.
Well, good little pop there, and the send back in from Kevin. Not even 11 seconds into this game, and Kevin already getting himself back on the board. That didn't take him any time at all.
No, and just reading again that touch from Void Pro. Void Pro tries to get the save, but Kevin is there playing at that speed, that intensity, gets the read on that touch, and is able to convert it into a goal. And here's potentially another setup as Astroflea is contested with that 50-50, but you can see Kevin always on the hunt, always looking for that angle. And goaltenders off the rip here, doing a little bit better job of at least trying to clear that ball out, get it off of their side of the pitch. So that has stopped some of this early bleeding that we saw in game number 1, at least for the time being.
Ooh, good little 50 there. It's on its way potentially through, but a great rotation coming out of Void Pro, able to get there and get it clear. The follow-up here in the corner, Kevin trying with a centering pass, but it's not going to quite be there. Out of the corner again. The boost actually going to be taken away from him. As this ball coming back into around midfield. Void Pro up. He can't make contact. A little bit of a miss coming out from there as well, giving Double Tap an opportunity to set up a shot. That was close. The follow-up from Kevin will send it through and make it 2-0 now for Double Tap.
You know, a great shot from Kevin, but you know what? We've seen that. We've talked about that already. That was a great demo, a great aggressive play from Void Pro. So I want to highlight that up front because Goaltenders has identified that as a potential solution to Double Tap and that relentless offense. They're getting a little bit more physical, going for some of those demo plays, those bump plays. So that's a good start and a good game plan for goaltenders here. And I think at this point in the previous game, it was something like 5-0, Sleegy. So that game plan has at least given them an opportunity to work their way back into this game number 2.
We'll see. They can try and potentially take advantage. They put a shot on target there, but Astroflea in the way of it. It's coming back now, again, for another opportunity on offense. Astroflea doesn't quite make contact. It's still sitting around in the corner. Andy Killcam, good 50, but it's not going to quite be enough. That one is able to get sent across, however. Astro not able to respond. As Void Pro, bit slow there, and that's a wide open net. Easy goal for Kevin. make it 3-0 with just about 2 minutes bitten off the clock.
Yeah, and that was another one of boost control, boost management, if you will. I think we both saw Void Pro and Handy Killcam trying to make those defensive plays on 0 boost, and that's just, I mean, that's an extremely difficult thing to do. So kind of playing the game on hard mode, if you will, with no boost in the tank. So I think if goaltenders had done a little bit better job of boost management on that third goal for double tap, could have ended a little bit differently.
Well, still sitting here in the corner, another great clear downfield, and while goaltenders have been finding a little bit more success at getting down the field, still no success at getting it in the back of net. That one sitting right in front. Kevin trying to reach, but he overextends, ends up zipping past the ball. As it's sent out into the corner again, coming out at around midfield. This will be a good pop, but Void back able to withstand it. Doesn't have quite the boost to follow through with it. Kevin leaving it for Astro as it gets sent back down the other way. We've seen one half come and go. Another half left here in game number 2. Goaltenders still trying to find some way back into this match. Otherwise, they're going to be facing series point. And Astro Fleet not able to get to that one in time, but it's still pressure mounting from this double tap offense.
Yeah, but goaltenders, again, to their credit, is, a great little save there from Void Pro, shaking off some of those nerves we saw in game number 1, able to get a great save into a clear, potentially again, overshoots the runway just a bit, gonna allow Kevin to get the 4th goal for double tap there. But, you know, compared to game 1, much improved on the side of goaltenders.
Well, now 150 to go, 4 goals to make up. It's Mountain coming out of this initial molehill, and with each passing second, it's going to be that much more difficult for goaltenders to work their way back in as Astro Fleet still not able to make contact, but neither is that other defender. He's able to get one small touch over top, the follow-up through, and Astro Fleet, the following of this ball absolutely on point. He never gave up on the play, and he's able to convert there.
Yeah, just a great cutback, too, to read the defenders and find that shot in between them. An excellent example of ball control here on the hands of double tap, in the hands of Astro Flea. So a great mechanical play out of him. I think that gives them some confidence, too, going forward in this tournament. You know, as long as goaltenders doesn't make the miracle comeback here, is that, you know, Kevin has been kind of the star in the first game, but Astro Flea is kind of waiting in the wings for his opportunities as well.
Well, I mean, double tap and both Astro and Kevin have been doing a phenomenal job of just ball control. I mean, that's really what it's come down to, is they've looked better in the air and on the ground when it comes to holding on to possession of the ball. And that's why we've seen they just wait for an opportunity to open up, and then they take advantage. Whether it goes in or not, it's still pressure on the goaltenders who, I mean, for the most part, have been struggling to break out of their own half. We haven't really seen them break into the blue side of the field too often, and when they do, the rotation's coming quickly enough from double tap to be able to stop them in their tracks. It's going to have to be an uptick, I should say, of speed from goaltenders and a way for them to figure out how to hold on to this ball, because right now, double tap is just really allowed to do whatever they want with it.
Yeah, and I think, you know, it's one of those scenarios where they focused on the right things, but they haven't, you know, completed the puzzle just yet. They've been able to hone in on that defense, play a little bit more physical. They've all but, okay, it's getting close to 9. I was going to say almost halved the goals of double tap there. But they've cut it down by a third, right? With that defensive adjustment that they made. The last piece of that puzzle is then adding in equal offensive pressure, right? And that, in turn, alleviates some of that defense. You don't have to worry about the defense as much because now double tap is finally forced to retreat, play the defensive game, so on and so forth, as Astro Flea gonna sneak one in with 8 seconds left to play. But yeah, it's kind of, they're slowly getting these things together. I think game number 3, if goaltenders can then keep up this level of defense that they've been able to provide, but then also add in that offensive pressure, they'll be in a good spot. Maybe look to even take that game number 3 off of double tap, force that game 4 in this series.
Well, the final second ticks off, and double tap ticks up another goal in their win column, as they are now 1 game away from moving on to the semifinals. And like you said, goaltenders definitely doing a much better job defensively speaking in that game, but we're still seeing them struggle on a lot of areas here on the field. And now that their backs are going to be against the wall, we see Double Tap up on their series point. You're essentially at risk of being eliminated here in the quarterfinals. Like, you really need to pull yourself together. You need to get confidence out there on the grass, because right now you're just getting left behind in the dust, and you're making good opportunities for yourself, but you're not doing it at a high enough rate to match the sort of shooting potential that we've been seeing out of Double Tap thus far.
Yeah, and that all comes down, like you mentioned, that speed, that pace of play. Double Tap has just been able to keep their foot on the gas, both figuratively speaking and literally in the game, because of that boost control and that teamwork as well, kind of setting each other up for those plays. And I feel like Goaltenders just hasn't quite dialed that in just yet. They're able to make those individual defensive plays now, but now the next step, the next puzzle piece is looking, okay, I made the save. Now my teammate is going ahead on the pitch. I'm going to look to clear it to him so that he can keep up that offensive pressure. And we'll see how this goes. Game number 3, it's do or die time for the Goaltenders. Will they be able to relieve some of that pressure that Double Tap has been applying? We're going to find out.
Well, 4:45 is what the Goaltenders have to try and pull something together here. As Kevin already trying to pull together that goal. It's still on the line, and it's just going to go right on through. The second touch not even necessary as long as no one else touches the ball.
Yeah, just able to, roll this one in. Up, down, and around. It's going to... I've honestly never seen one fall and then go in off of the sidewall like that. So an interesting angle, kind of hitting the mini golf shots out of Kevin there. So Double Tap going to get on the board early yet again here in game number 3. And that's just a mounting pressure onto Goaltenders' mental at this point.
Oh, it's right there. No one's going to be able to get there in time. Astro holding his breath right there on the line. Had a wide open net, but a little bit too much height, but eventually able to send it through as the defender's not able to scramble quickly enough. And, even though they have a lead in both the series and this game, that was still one that they absolutely were making sure that they were able to score, because you can't get that close and then have it go the other way and it not affect you.
Right, yeah, and in my mind, right, Double Tap has 2 goals right now. They've both been lucky bounces. The shots were on target, but they weren't perfect. And then Double Tap just, it's pouring salt into the wound at this point, getting 2 lucky bounces like that. And here's another open net opportunity for Astro Flea. 3 goals in just over a minute. Double Tap looking to close this series out.
Yeah, an excellent awareness from Astro here. Great patience, being able to take control of that ball, make sure it's on target. You don't need speed, you don't need power, you just need accuracy. And that's exactly what he brings to the table. 1 minute gone, 4 to go. It's a 3-0 lead in favor of Double Tap, who are looking to set themselves up for a ticket into the semifinals. They've just got to make sure that Goaltenders don't start to find a foothold here in this game and build confidence on their way back, as they are building a attack here into the blue half. Void Pro able to wrap back around, but can't get the ball off the sidewall. The follow through here from Handy Killcam as he gets a bump on Astro Flea, looking for one more. But Kevin with the touch towards the wall. Void Pro not able to follow it up. Still sitting at around midfield. Both teams fighting for possession here. Neither really coming away the victor just yet. This will be out in front. Played away by Void Pro as it's off the ceiling. A demo coming through. And this might open up an opportunity, but Goaltenders still struggling to get that possession. One touch, not the second. And the respawn working out well for Double Tap.
Yeah. A good attempt from Goaltenders there to kind of mount some of that offense. But Double Tap just, showing we haven't needed to see much defense out of them in this series so far, but they've shown that they are just as potent on defense as they are on offense. As this one floating towards the net, but a good save going to come through from Void Pro. Astro Flea sticking on it. An attempted save, but Astro Flea going to stay patient and find the net. Double Tap now 4 goals to nothing.
And such a good touch from Astro Flea as well. Void Pro was right there, but not able to make the necessary contact. So 15 seconds away from the second half. We still yet to see a goal from the Goaltenders this series. It has been shutout after shutout, and it's setting up to be another one here unless they can really rev their engines. Astro almost able to sneak that one down off the bar. Kevin still in the zone, able to keep it in the orange side. Great pickup off the bounce out of the corner. Astro looking to approach it. It's Handy Killcam who's looking to maintain that possession towards net, saved away by Void Pro. And they are really just getting strained defensively right now, having to block so many different shots and opportunities and angles. It feels like it's wearing the goaltenders down thin.
Yeah, I was just going to say they're kind of getting run ragged. Two great saves, though, on the goaltender's behalf in that double tap offensive pressure. We saw one from Handy Kill Kim. We saw one from Void Pro. But it is like mentally and physically draining to have to play defense that hard, that persistent, and kind of defend on all of these different angles that double tap are approaching from. So, you know, just huge kudos to the goaltenders on those defensive plays. But now the last piece, you know, they just need to convert that into some offense.
Well, this coming across straight out back in front of net. It's right there in front. Void taking a shot. Saved right there on the line by Kevin. The follow-up clear from Astro. And unfortunately, no touch coming through. They got to get set back defensively now because Astro looking to send it downfield, and a great play away back into the right corner from Void. And he settle back down on this. That's actually maybe a mistouch. Moves it closer towards net. Misflip there, just trying to do anything to keep this out of the clutches. But a accidental bump from their own team puts goaltenders out of position, and Astro able to sweep it back up.
Yeah, that's that fatigue that you mentioned earlier, right? Void Pro was doing a great job on defense, but at a certain point, you know, it just, yeah, it runs you thin. You can't save every single shot. And when double tap is putting so many shots on net, eventually one's going to find it. So double tap now, less than a minute left to play here in game number 3, the 5-goal lead.
Oh.
And Astro Flea going to find the net yet again.
That's just really unfortunate as well. I want to take another look at this because it is up into the corner, and yeah, just a miss coming through there. And I think Handy trying too hard to play it away from that attacking player accidentally cuts in a bit too far. He was trying to clear it over to the other side of the net, ends up clearing it into his near post. His teammate not ready for it, and an unfortunate own goal there to make it 6-0. And with 45 seconds left on the board, unless double tap, I don't know, just has an absolutely monumental collapse. It is looking like they are securing that spot in the semifinals. And for goaltenders, it's a tough matchup here in the quarterfinals. I mean, we really saw them try, but this double tap team is just operating on another level here.
Yeah, that's an insane pinch from Kevin here, off the defender, off the wall, to find the net on that play. So double tap, the ball bouncing in their favor time and time again. Goaltenders, there was some opportunities there. There was some signs of things coming together, but I think double tap just had too many answers for what goaltenders was able to kind of provide. And, you know, the questions that they threw at them, double tap just, yeah, playing out of their minds, playing extremely well. And that fatigue, right, set in for goaltenders there. And at a certain point, you're like, you start feeling a little bit hopeless. And I'm sure that own goal from goaltenders didn't help as well. So double tap going to take this one in a 3-0 sweep. So good job to them. Double tap looking very strong here today.
Yeah, double tap looking really, really good. They're going to be happy with that series win, especially Astro Flea, who really started to pick up the pace in the second half of this series. Kevin, we saw really popping off in game number 1, but both of them doing a great job of being able to pull things together, support one another, and ultimately secure a victory here in the quarterfinals. And it's going to be interesting to see how they play going into the semifinals, because, you know, as we've seen over time, a lot of sweeps, generally speaking, here in the quarterfinals, but the heat starts to really turn up once you get into the semis, and especially in the grands.
Yeah, that's what I think, you know, we've yet to see, right? Throughout that series, double tap was essentially on offense the entire time. So if they meet someone kind of equally skilled, forcing them to get back on defense, how are they going to handle that pressure now in their own court, essentially? So looking forward to going forward in this tournament, and yeah, going to see who can contest with what double tap has showed us early on here today.
Yeah, but you know our opinions about it. I'm curious to see what Glitter's opinions are on that last game. Glitter, what do you make of that performance that we just saw out of double tap?
mean, you guys said it yourself. Double Tap absolutely played out of their minds in that matchup. And what a fantastic matchup to kick everything off here today. I mean, that completely set the tone for our final event. It'll be fun to see if they're able to keep that momentum up now throughout the rest of the bracket. That's it for our quarterfinals, though. It's time for us to take our first quick break of the day. But when we come back, we're going to be jumping into our first of 2 semifinals matches for the Adaptive Esports Rocket League exhibition. So don't go anywhere.
So fundamentally at Logitech, we believe life is more fun when you play. So as a result, we think everyone should be able to enjoy the joys of play. So Microsoft is a super close partner of ours, so when they came and they said, hey, we're working on something in the accessibility space, we can't tell you what it is, but could you please support us? We knew we just had to do the right thing.
It was really very, very invigorating to find out that we had, a partner that was just as excited about this as we were. So what Logitech has done is basically empowered people by creating a ton of new switch and button options for them. And it's really going to open up gaming for a lot of people.
everyone, and welcome back to our final Adaptive Esports Rocket League exhibition. I am your host, Glitter Explosion, and we just watched as Double Tap put on a show in our quarterfinals and knocked out goaltenders in a 3-0 fashion. If you want to learn more about everything we've got going on here, you can head on over to adaptiveesports.g.logi.link for more information. Let's take a quick look back at our bracket and see how the teams have done so far. As you can see, we've got Demolition Team moving through 3-0ing Boom Crew and now going up against Double Tap. But the next match we're actually going to be checking in with is going to be Boost Collectors versus Zero Gravity. It looks like it's going to be another one of those 3-0 days across the board for a lot of those teams. But semifinals is where things can really start to heat up. Now, I think it's actually time for those exact semifinals to start. And like I said before, the first of those matchups is going to be Boost Collectors, our 3-time champions, up against Zero Gravity. So let's see how these teams fare. Frank and Sliggy, let's keep this ball rolling.
And hopefully that ball is rolling into multiple nets this time. I'm excited for this semifinal here, Frank. Boost Collectors and Zero Gravity. More familiar team names that we have coming into this game. And, you know, as it's the first semifinal that we're going to be covering, exciting to see who's going to be able to secure themselves into a spot here, I should say, into the grand finals.
Yeah, I know you and Glitter had a ball pun kind of lined up. I don't have anything, so I'm just going to keep it succinct. Boost Collectors and Zero Gravity. Yeah, Boost Collectors are the team to beat, right? 3-time champions. They have that target on their back. And I'm looking forward to see if Zero Gravity has what it takes to hang in there with the 3-time champions. You know them well. You probably love them at this point too. Angry Bullfrogs and Anterty out here with an explosive start, but Zero Gravity seems to be hanging right in there, and it's going to be stairs are hard, getting the first goal on the board.
Yeah, and this is just a great touch out into the right corner, able to follow it up beautifully, sending it just in, and not even 15 seconds into this game, Zero Gravity able to get their first goal on the board. But, I mean, we saw that initial bit of aggression coming out of Boost Collectors as well, so setting up to be what hopefully will be a very close game as this coming over to the right side. Angry Bullfrogs with a shot towards net on target, saved away just at the last second by Stairs.
Ooh, Moldatu. Now, this is a name we haven't seen yet, so he could be this X factor for Zero Gravity. Not exactly sure, but right now, Zero Gravity definitely applying some pressure on our team to beat, but it is going to be Anterty firing back at Zero Gravity to tie us up at once.
Yeah, I mean, another good little touch coming through. Anterty able to follow it through over on that right side, able to just keep it inside of the post while far enough away from that defender who was coming across for the save. There's about 45 seconds gone. It's a tie ball game here. The ball sitting about in the corner as it comes back down. It'll be an opportunity opening up for Zero Gravity as this pass into midfield would take him back away. Angry Bullfrogs. Then infield pass to Anterty, drives a little bit past it, but is able to get the demo, not the boost, but a pass into midfield. Opportunity for a shot, and Angry Bullfrogs able to finish it off.
Man, Angry Bullfrogs with the extension. Again, a great setup from Anterty. Stairs are hard, tries to make that play, but that angle out of Bullfrogs there, beautifully calculated for the Boost Collectors to take the lead.
Kickoff again here. It's going to go in favor of Boost Collectors this time. He comes back for Stairs. He sends a shot towards net, has to be saved away by Anterty. There's a follow through here, an opportunity. But a great job getting underneath that by Zero Gravity. Moldatu trying to come up with an opportunity. Anterty taking a shot there. Still sitting around in midfield. That might be on just a bit high. The follow-up going to be high as well. 2 shots in a row. The third will be the charm as Angry Bullfrog's able to send it in for his second of the game.
I love Angry Bullfrog's persistence here, scoping out that angle. He said, all right, Anterty, you got 2 tries. Let me finish this one off. Scoops through, finds the net. 3-1 now for Boost Collectors. And I got to say, looking very sharp out there. Bullfrogs in the black tie, stepping it up for the grand finals. It's looking absolutely exquisite out there.
It's a long ball coming through. Sent over to the left side again. And Turdy off the back ball. Just to follow up through here. Can he get the touch? No, the side wall gets just too far away from him. Good send downfield from Zero Gravity, though. An excellent 50 from Angry Bullfrogs. He can't quite chase it down in time, but has the ball in the corner. No boost. But a great pass as Stairs. Playing it over to the right side again. This one just gently falling down, and Turdy trying to turn. Be a small touch. Not quite on target, able to be handled well by Boost Collectors, who moving it, trying downfield. This will be an infield pass. This should actually be an opportunity for Boost Collectors, but a bit hesitant, but that miss will definitely set them up. Pass downfield, Angry Bullfrogs with the redirect and the team pass and play. Able to give them now a 3-goal advantage.
Man, Angry Bullfrogs has been hitting some crazy angles, and Stairs was there, right? So that is an offensive perfection play out of the Boost Collectors to get that 3-goal lead. Zero Gravity, though, applying that same amount of offensive pressure, but the passing plays out of the Boost Collectors have just been pristine.
We'll see what Angry Bullfrogs can do with this one here. Gets a nice bounce off the top of his car, and Turdy, who is coming up behind, maybe a bit too close, but is able to get another hit out of that corner. Centering pass, great patience, great execution, and Angry Bullfrogs will make it 5-1.
I love the read, I love the wrap, and I love the commitment to this play. You see Bullfrogs gets it up. It's at the crossbar, so he's just going to follow it in, get that insurance policy on the shot, and it's going to pay dividends 5-1 now in favor of the Boost Collectors.
And after a really, really close start to this game, the Boost Collectors have started to boost really far out into the lead here. 2 minutes to go. They've got a 4-goal advantage. And have been doing a great job of maintaining presence down the field. Another pass. Oh, but it's just off the post. And that would have been another absolutely incredible passing. I mean, it still was a great passing play. Just that slight bit of execution at the end needed a few extra inches to the right.
Yeah, just that would have been a dirty passing play. I'm gonna call a spade, Lee. That would have been dirty if that passing play found the net. But Angry Bullfrogs waits 10 or 12 seconds, and he's gonna secure that goal regardless. 6-1 now. Boost Collectors are running it up.
Yeah, running it up indeed. 1 goal away from a potential Brazil here, and there's still 91 seconds left on the board. This kickoff again. Going to be in favor of Boost Collectors, and Turdy grabbing the boost, able to get the pass. Beautiful, executed like a dream. I mean, at this point, you'd think it was a game of football with how drawn up some of these plays feel. I mean, it's just so well executed right there off the rip, and 7-1 it will be indeed.
Yeah, I would love to listen in on the Boost Collectors comms just to see how they do communicate that. Or is it, they're at the level like they know each other like the back of their hand and they can just set up those plays without having to call it? Or are they, saying like Blue 52 set hike out there because with that previous play, you'd assume so.
Yeah, it feels like it's just like they drew it up in the planning room. I mean, it's been just absolutely beautiful execution. Their teamwork together has been a joy to watch. Another one there on the post, but Turdy able to pick it up to send it through. 8-1, but the plays don't get any less beautiful.
I love the change up in speed here too from Anturdy to secure that. Kind of puts the shot towards the net. The defenders might have had a chance, but then he flips it into overdrive, catches up to the ball, and ensures that goal. 8-1 now. Boost Collectors have just found every opening in this Zero Gravity defense and have exploited it perfectly.
Well, backboard out in front. That shot not going to quite be on target. Great patience again, though, from Turdy. It's still sitting here in the corner. Pick up coming through out in the midfield. And Turdy able to get it over top of one. Maintains great control. Now, another pop-up, looking to follow it through. Maybe the air dribble. Oh! It's still there on the line, but that combo play was almost next level from Boost Collectors.
Sleeky, I have never heard you go into falsetto before. That got me excited.
That was almost one of the coolest plays I've seen. I mean, a great pass there, but if they had been able to pull that off, that would have been like, that would have been legitimately next level.
Worthy of Sleegy going full BGs, absolutely, but Boost Collector's going to convert on offense yet again. 9-1, 12 seconds left to play. Boost Collectors looking clean out there on the pitch.
Well, the possession here from Stairs are hard. It's going to be knocked back down again. There is no chance of a comeback here in game 1 for Zero Gravity, but Boost Collectors, I mean, they stopped playing Rocket League and started playing a Rocket talent show, because what they're putting together out there on the field is nothing short of impressive. I mean, again, their teamwork, look at that, 7. Count it, 7 assists from Anturdi. Every single goal that Angry Bullfrogs was able to put through came off of an assist. That in and of itself is impressive.
Yeah, I think that's why they've been so dominant throughout this entire Adaptive Esports exhibitions is that teamwork factor. I don't know a lot of duos out there that we've seen who play on the same page, like you said, essentially drawing up plays like you could see it on the whiteboard. Okay, I'm going to run here, you're going to pass here, and boom, bada bing, bada boom, it's a goal type play. So Boost Collectors looked extremely strong in game number 1, but my main question now is, where was the first half Zero Gravity? Because for the first half of that game 1, Zero Gravity was in it, and then things just fell apart. So now going into game number 2, I'm wondering, was that just a fluke from Zero Gravity, or did things just kind of get out of hand, and are they going to be able to bring it back here in the second game?
I mean, only time will tell, but I think it's a combination of once the snowball started rolling down the hill, it became impossible to stop the momentum. And also, I mean, Boost Collectors, you speak of momentum, they gained a lot of confidence throughout that last game. I mean, everything they were touching, it felt like turned to gold. And when that's going on, you feel empowered to just go for things that you might not normally do. And when those work as well, I mean, you're opening up a whole nother level of confidence from a team. And right now, that's what they're operating with. So for Zero Gravity, here in game number 2, it's trying to keep it close like they were in the first couple of minutes of that last game to try and give themselves some opportunities to get some shots that go on the other side of the field.
Yeah, I think Zero Gravity, focus on the defense a little bit, work on slowing down some of that Boost Collectors momentum that they built up in that first game is a great way to approach game number 2 here. And so far, about a minute has passed and we're still at 0-0, so good on Zero Gravity there.
Ooh, close one as well. That one just a tad wide. The Stairs will send it back across. It'll be waiting for Anturdi. His shot off the backboard might end up being a pass. Deflected by Moldatu, but it's put back in from Anturdi for the first goal of game 2 in favor of Boost Collectors.
It's really just that teamwork out of Boost Collectors. And I will say, we'll find out today if this is the best team we're going to see. But right now, they are definitely the most fun to watch out of any of these squads we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, it's just what they're putting together is absolutely phenomenal. I just want to see if maybe Zero Gravity can see this and be pressed to try and make some phenomenal plays of their own as Anturdi. Not quite able to finish that one, Moldatu. A little bit of a delay still there, and Angry Bullfrog is able to send it in. It was a bit interesting there. It felt like a couple players got confused on the line, but eventually one of them able to step up. Oh, it was a bump, I see. Both of them not confused, just disoriented after that collision, and it leaves it wide open for a 2-0 lead.
I mean, and that is a teamwork play in and of itself, right? We saw Bullfrogs with possession there, slows up the pace of play just a bit, and knows that his teammate Anturdi is going to be coming through to get the bump so that he can secure the goal. You know, an impressive teamwork play in its own right. It might not have been a flashy pass or a flashy shot, but the teamwork still shining for the Boost Collectors.
Off that backboard again. A little bit too far forward, or Boost Collectors to be able to really push it forward. This one. Again off the backboard, and Anturdi has all day, and he'll take it. And he takes it well. 3-0 now in favor of Boost Collectors, who are still continuing to be absolutely dominant out there.
And to me, it's just how fast Anturdi is able to play. I mean, previous to that replay, you would have seen him going from the orange side of the pitch back to the blue side, cross field to get to that ball. So he is just all over the map right now. And it's working out for Boost Collectors, because if you're Bullfrog, then at the same time, you're like, well, I can play a little bit lax. I can look for these angles because Anturdi is just being a menace out there.
Still midfield possession here. shot opportunity. That one was close, not quite on target. Though this one should be through, and it is. Stairs are hard. Able to break the dam so far this game. Gets their first on the board in game 2. And I mean, they're still within 2, so plenty of time as we get closer to the second half for Zero Gravity to try and make a bit of a comeback here.
Yeah, this is where we'll see if Boost Collectors are going to take that single goal from Zero Gravity as a threat and start to play a little bit more defense, maybe a little bit more passive, or if they consider that goal just a fluke and they are going to stick to this hyper-aggressive game plan.
130, trying to drop it down, maybe carried it a bit too far. It's sitting here in the corner, popped up again. And 50 sidewall. Angry Bullfrogs now working their way forward. Will be off the side. Oh, this one will be off the back, maybe a bit too high. And that is, it's only a drop down that comes through, and Turdy has to play it away. Now another follow-up. This is going to be downfield. Angry Bullfrogs trying to follow through, but Stairs there first, able to send it back down. That's actually a bit of a miss. Great pickup here from Stairs. Oh, the patience on the backboard. Can he get it back out in front? Gets the pass off, but his teammate a bit too far behind to be able to follow up.
Yeah, and I think that's just that difference in teamwork, right? Out of Boost Collectors compared to Zero Gravity. We've seen Boost Collectors in that situation, in that scramble scenario time and time again, but usually they'll come out on top with a goal. In the hands of Zero Gravity, not as quite fine-tuned, so they struggle to find the net on that play, but regardless, a good offensive possession for Zero Gravity.
Well, this one coming close, and Turdy corralling it over to the side. Has a good air dribble, good composure to send it through 4-1. Now sits the score line after that air dribble coming from Turdy.
All right, we need to get an umpire out here, Sleeky. I need to check that front bumper for pine tar. There is no way that ball stuck to the front of that hood so well. A great play from the Boost Collectors.
Now, an opportunity for them to get another one here, and Turdy gonna take it all for himself. Gets sent through, 62 seconds left, and Boost Collectors very much looking like they're gonna be up on series point.
Yeah, they seem to know when to kind of put that final nail in the coffin, right? Zero Gravity was, again, that first half was competitive, bit back and forth, 3-1. Zero Gravity had a shot of making a comeback, but then Boost Collectors kind of recognize that and say, all right, let's close this one out. We'll move on to game 3. Another passing play and a bullet coming out of Angry Bullfrogs there to extend this lead 6-1.
Yeah, and I mean, look, it's just that control. Look at that nice little pass. Angry Bullfrogs aware. You can tell their communications are on point because there was no other reason for him to still be there other than the call coming through from his teammates. So a great job of them communicating their locations, their intent. And again, it's working out so well. Their team plays throughout this series have been the shining star of their gameplay. And that star has no signs of dimming anytime soon here, Frank, as we get into the final 30 seconds. This one played into the corner. Modatu out in front. That's going to be another one for Zero Gravity. It might be too little too late, but every goal they can grab here to boost their momentum and their confidence will do wonders going into game 3.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the point is, Zero Gravity hasn't necessarily been out of any of these games until the final 1 or 2 minutes. So if they can kind of steal some of this momentum that Boost Collectors tends to rack up towards the end of these games, maybe that'll benefit them going into game number 3. Maybe they can find a couple more openings or utilize some of that momentum early on and carry that to a game 3 victory here. But as of right now, 10 seconds left to play. It looks like Boost Collectors are going to be putting themselves on series point.
Yeah, they'll be on series point. 1 5-minute game of Rocket League away from securing a spot in the grand finals. And they have been doing such a good job so far. I really, to be honest, I want to see Zero Gravity try and start making a comeback here, but I also want to continue to see this level of play from Boost Collectors. I don't want them to get complacent and start slowing down because, I mean, the Rocket League that they are putting on display for everyone right now, it really is just something to behold because you love to see team level play. Solo efforts, always great, always fun, don't get me wrong, but there's something just intrinsically fantastic about watching two players, especially in a game like this where it's all physics-based, working together on the level that they are right now to make a lot of these plays turn into goals.
Yeah, to me, the difference is just the feeling that you get. Like, compare that to our quarterfinals match, right? More goals on the board, more goals scored overall, but not as fun to watch. It's the teamwork, the kind of buddy system that the boost collectors are showing out there that makes it entertaining, that shows you, okay, this is more than just them throwing the ball at the net, right? That there's some intention there, there's some teamwork there, there's some skill, more than just a high scoring game. There's a level to it, there's layers to it, and boost collectors are bringing that excitement through their teamwork.
Well, game number 3 and also series point here in the first of 2 semifinals, and that already off to a good start from Angry Bullfrogs and the boost collectors as they get on the board. 11 seconds here.
Yeah, just another nice little passing play, drops it down to Bullfrog, and that's going to be an early goal for the boost collectors. So Zero Gravity now playing on that back foot. They've got to work extra hard if they want to take a game and potentially come back in this series against the boost collectors.
The backboard bounce, maybe a bit too high. Angry Bullfrogs able to keep it in the zone. And he follow this up. It is a pass out in the mid, and Turdio is a bit too far over to the right side. Angry Bullfrogs, again, not quite able to work his way past that one. It's another one towards net. The follow through here. Stairs are hard, actually trying to work his way back. A great defensive touch coming through, but the offense not giving up just yet. And Turdy, an unfortunate miss. It comes all the way back into the corner where Angry Bullfrogs will have to pick it up. And as this one comes across center, I mean, we're still seeing Zero Gravity, I think, a bit too jittery when they start to get possession. The double commit leads to a wide open net as Turdy breaks not one but 2 ankles on his way to bringing this one through.
And that's what working as a team gets you, right? They're thinking, okay, this is going to be a pass off to Angry Bullfrogs. They're trying to double commit that passing angle to intercept it and convert into a goal. And Anthony says, I thought about you thinking about that, and I know that I can just break these axles, take it in for a goal, and the boost collectors convert.
Well, 2-goal lead now as we cross the first minute of play. So zigs in downfield, Angry Bullfrogs trying to maintain that possession. Pass out in the midfield, almost able to get converted into a goal there for Zero Gravity. Only a couple of feet shy, but now Turdy able to stay in front of that one, though. The defense from Zero Gravity doing a great job of pressing on these balls. The Stairs sending it back the other way. Should be a response, and it is back out in the midfield. The follow-up here out of the corner. It'll be straight back down. Can Stairs get up to it again? Yes, they can. And even though we're seeing a little bit of better plays, we're seeing more physicality come out of boost collectors. I mean, look at that bump right there, playing him away from the ball and keeping it in a really good spot for his teammate to try and come forward.
Yeah, and I like the fight that they're getting scrappy, right? Zero Gravity is like, okay, we might not have the clean teamwork, the clean mechanics, but we're gonna keep fighting and keep pressing and get physical. So this has given Zero Gravity at least an opportunity as we near that halfway mark. If they can get a couple of goals on the board here, we're looking at an entirely different game 3.
Well, half the game still left to be played here. It's a bounce out of the corner. Not able to get picked up by Stairs, and Turdy can't get there either. This be a little bit of a carry. Grabs the boost, but it's played out behind him. Angry Bullfrogs unable to maintain that. It's a shot towards the net, but not quite on target. Oh, a bit of a misstep right there on the line. Somehow able to make the save is Turdy. Angry Bullfrogs with the clear, and that was a close call.
Yeah, if you're Zero Gravity, that is a heartbreaking save from the boost collectors. But if you're Anturdy, you're thankful that you were there in that position to make that save, because 2-1 is, I mean, such a big difference in that 2-1 score line than what Zero Gravity is facing right now. Now, not only are they fighting against boost collectors, they are also fighting against that clock.
Speaking of, there's only 95 seconds left on that clock, and as that 95-second mark tings, it's a third on the board here for boost collectors. It's an errant touch away from Stairs, trying to get a clear downfield, but ends up going too far away from him and straight into the waiting arms of the Boost Collectors offense, who are quick to swoop in and just throw that ball into the back of net. And now Zero Gravity, if they weren't under pressure before, they're certainly going to be under it now, because they have just 90 seconds to try and make not 3, but 4 goals.
And this is what Boost Collectors has done time and time again throughout this entire series. And we keep saying it. We keep falling for it, Sleeky. We should know by now. It's like, okay, the last couple of minutes, Boost Collectors throw it away. They lock it down. They say, all right, let's close this game out. We played with our food enough. It's time to make sure they can't get back into this one. And it's playing out exactly like that here in game number 3.
Modatu trying to send that one through. It's a little bit difficult for Boost Collectors defense, but they are able to pick it up there. To this backboard, the double touch opportunity, but not able to finalize. This one getting sent back down the other way. Modatu getting a bit of a boost back into defense. His final 60 seconds will begin to tick away. Off the side wall, this looks to be a center. Open opportunity, that's going to be just high, but the follow-up going to be saved by Stairs. Now, can Stairs get behind it and send it through? Yes, they can. Make it 1 of 4. They need 3 more to draw level in 45 seconds.
All right, they're not totally out of it just yet. It's unlikely, but we'll call it possible. If Zero Gravity can score maybe 1 or 2 quick kickoff goals, quick goals that they can find, Boost Collectors might start sweating a little bit. We'll just have to find out.
Well, off of kickoff here, it might be an opportunity to make it 5-1, and it will. Angry Bullfrogs making sure that there's absolutely no chance of a comeback, the immediate response. And that should just about close out this game, but it's been a very just dominant performance from them so far.
Yeah, the Boost Collectors must have misunderstood me. I meant if Zero Gravity got those early kickoff goals, they could have a chance back into this one, but there must have been some miscommunication there. Boost Collectors, yeah, extending it to the 4-goal lead. It's now an extremely tough ask for Zero Gravity.
Well, that
Make
one
that tougher.
Going in, and from tough ask to impossible, Angry Bullfrogs making sure of that. If those had both gone Zero Gravity's way, we might have a close game, but instead of it being within 1, now it's within 5, and just not enough time in 30 seconds, even if they were to start getting all of these kickoff goals.
Yeah, they're just, it's a tough spot to be in for Zero Gravity. They did, I think, the best job of hanging in there in game number 3 of this series to try to give themselves an opportunity. Again, we were looking at a potential 2-1 score line between these two teams, but Boost Collectors yet again, kind of with their eyes on the prize, just started running up the score in the final minutes of the game, and we might be looking at a 6-1 victory here. Boost Collectors taking the series in a sweep.
Yeah, Boost Collectors going to be moving on to the grand finals after a sweep, and whoever is in that other semifinal is going to be looking at this game and being like, oh, God, we're going to have to really step it up if we make it into the grands, because Boost Collectors, again, I mean, their teamwork, phenomenal. Look at that, 4 assists from Interdi for the 4 goals that Angry Bullfrogs was able to collect. I mean, that level of teamwork you don't really see too often in general, but to see it here and see it executed to such a degree, I mean, they were really, really prepared coming into the day, and it really shows.
Yeah, and like Glitter had mentioned earlier, there's more on the line, so you expect these teams to kind of crank that dial all the way to 11. And the Boost Collectors kind of maxed out their teamwork stats coming into today's tournament, and it shows, and it's paid dividends for them. So they're going to make their way to the grand finals, but then of course there's more teams waiting in the wings, but a very, very solid showing out of the Boost Collectors.
Yeah, absolutely. And Glitter, I know you've been watching along with us. We've been talking a lot about the teamwork that was on display, but, what stood out to you from that match that we just saw between Boost Collectors and Zero Gravity?
I mean, what stood out was the fact that Zero Gravity, like you guys had said so many times while casting, they had phenomenal first halves of every single one of those rounds. So, at this point, it's just about nailing down the second half. But to be fair, Boost Collectors showing us exactly why they are our 3-time champs. Boost Collectors 3-0, again, I mean, they're ready for the finals, but it's time for another quick break. And when we come back, we'll be heading into our second semifinals matchup of the day. This will, of course, determine who we will see up against our back to back to back champs in our finals. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
So fundamentally at Logitech, we believe life is more fun when you play. So as a result, we think everyone should be able to enjoy the joys of play. So Microsoft is a super close partner of ours, so when they came and they said, hey, we're working on something in the accessibility space, we can't tell you what it is, but could you please support us? We knew we just had to do the right thing.
It was really very, very invigorating to find out that like we had, a partner that was just as excited about this as we were. So what Logitech has done is basically empowered people by creating a ton of new switch and button options for them. And it's really going to open up gaming for a lot of people.
everyone, and welcome back to the final Adaptive Esports Rocket League exhibition. I'm your host, Glitter Explosion, and we just wrapped up our first semifinals matchup of the day where Boost Collectors ensured their 4th showing in our finals. And don't forget, if you want to find out more, you can head on over to adaptiveesports.g.logi.link. Semifinals 2 is actually ready to go, and this time it's going to be Demolition Team and Double Tap battling it out for that last spot in our grand finals, which of course means it's time to head back over to our casters, Frank and Sleeky. I hope you're ready for this one.
Well, I am absolutely ready, especially after the display of teamwork again, Frank, that we just saw last game. I'm hoping that Demolition Team and Double Tap here can maybe put on the same type of show, maybe on both sides of the ball as well. I know we've seen some really good gameplay so far, but I really want to see like a close matchup between two sides.
Yeah, and I have bad news for you with that regard, Sleeky, because the fact that I was going to bring up is that Double Tap shut out their previous opponents in the quarterfinals. They kept their opposing team scoreless for that entire series, but I'm right there with you. I am hoping for a battle, a close match, a good bit of back and forth between the Double Tap and Demolition Team squads.
Yeah. I'm hoping for the same, but it will be Demolition Team over in blue, Double Tap in orange. And already we're seeing Demolition Team come pretty close to being able to get a goal to start things off as pressure continues. Still right out in front. Tryharder Kevin able to play it over down to the right side. We'll grab Boost. Look to grab the ball as well, but gets a decent 50 back the other way. Astro. Touch back into midfield, looking to chase this back down. Will play it away by the Demolition Team defense. And 30 seconds into this game, it's been all Double Tap so far, but we'll start to see what that Demolition Team offense looks like right here. Backboard pass, but it's not going to be able to get connect for a shot.
Yeah, definitely, in the Double Tap's favor in terms of possession, but Demolition Team, the defense and the clears have been strong, but the demo from Astro Flea going to put a pause on that offense, but here comes Fear the Nub, and he is going to find the net first on the board for Demolition Team.
Yeah, and a great pickup here. Just nice, soft little touch, able to maintain that control. Gets it just in front of Astro as well while still being on target. So that'll get them a 1-goal lead coming through here. Not even a minute into this opening game as follow-up will be sent over to the right side. Backboard now, cut across again, but Fear the Nub not quite able to get over in time. So now it's back over on the blue half. Fear the Nub able to try and cut that across, but it's a great return from the other way. Astro Flea able to get that on target and make it a 1-1 game.
Yeah, and Demolition Team here, I wonder if the save was almost an overextension. You see Michael try to wrap around to get that clear. I'm not convinced that ball would have bounced into the net, so maybe a little gift into Double Tap's lap on that one. That'll tie us up at once.
Or even Stevens here with an option for Double Tap to take the lead. Astro Flea not quite able to put a whole lot of power on it, as it'll come all the way across to the right side. This one back again. Fear the Nub has to play defense, able to get a good pickup on this one, though runs out of boost. Gonna have to try and grab it from an awkward angle, but is able to get a follow-up touch here to follow through from Tryharder. Not able to work its way through. As now back on offense, Demolition Team, but a great bump coming from Kevin to push him out of position.
Yeah, good stuff out of Kevin there. I like what I'm seeing out of the Double Tap roster. They've definitely got their hands full so far with the way Demolition Team has prepared their defense, but still plenty of opportunities for Double Tap.
A great touch off the side. Be again over into the corner. Tryharder Kevin, no touch from either side, will get cleared away by Double Tap. Now Astro Flea looking to try and follow it up in the corner. It'll be sent back down the other way by Michael, as this will be out into midfield again. Fear the Nub taking a shot, not able to get that one through though. Astro Flea in his way. There's another bump on the side. Michael again with control, getting a little bit overconfident there maybe. He's trying to get back possession, but Fear the Nub shot on target, but again saved away.
Ooh, Michael tries to hit the changeup, hit the brakes on that one to throw off the defense, shake him up a bit. Might open up an opportunity for Fear the Nub, but no, it is going to be Kevin with another great clear. But I got to say, this is definitely the most double tap have been tested. Can they get that save? It's going to be Michael getting Demolition Team back in the lead.
And a great turn here. What a cut. Able to get it perfectly height-wise, and then the follow-through to send it in on target. Done like a dream. It's a Demolition Team able to take a 1-goal lead here in the second half. We'll see if they're able to keep it up. This kickoff going to go in favor of Demolition Team. We Fear the Nub off the side wall, trying to follow it through. Not quite enough on that one. Astroflea back the other way. Michael has to come away with the save. Pushes it out into the corner. Trying to push it even farther. Gets one demo. Fear the Nub trying to push it downfield, but straight into the waiting bumper. But another demo again as Michael. Can he finish it off? It's off the backboard, but they're not able to quite finish it all the way through.
Double tap now, trying to get some speed behind this ball, but that leaves the net open. Michael gonna utilize that opportunity to extend the lead for Demolition Team. Now that 2-goal lead, 95 seconds left to play. Double tap. I gotta say, Sleegy, I did not expect them to be in this position in game number 1.
I did not either. I mean, you were talking in the pregame. I mean, they're right off the heels of a completely perfect sweep. 3-0 in their first round, doesn't even let a goal by, and now here's 3 past them here, final 90 seconds, and they're back by 2. Definitely facing up against stiffer competition here in Demolition Team, but a great save coming from Astroflea. It gets pressed over to left side, follow up here, taken away by Tryharder out in mid. Fear the Nub trying to get back in time, double touch opportunity, but not quite there. And with 60 seconds left, all Demolition Team has to do is hold on, but don't even have to hold on. All they got to do is just keep pressing it forward.
Yeah, I think this might be one of those cases where Double Tap just wasn't ready for the competition, right? Maybe after that quarterfinals, they're assuming the competition's going to be a little bit lower than, you know, what they expected to face here in the semifinals. And Demolition Team with a rude awakening here for Double Tap.
Well, another great clear coming down the field. As that one, just a bit high. Was a great setup for the top right corner. Astroflea playing it again over to the side wall. Gets actually a great touch off of it. Michael press back the other way. It's now out of the corner and around. Astroflea will be there. Gets 1, gets 2. Looking for the third here. Great control, able to grab the boost again. Final 30 seconds. And that's going to come straight to Trider Kevin, though, unfortunately, facing the wrong way. Still with possession here. A little bit of a disruption on the back end, but still can't get it on target. Follow-up shot going to be sent just wide. Final 10 seconds. Taking away here. It's over top of Michael, but no chance for a comeback in game 1. Demolition Team going to be opening things out with a bang. 4-1 in game 1 to get their start in this series.
Yeah, great stuff from the Demolition Team. You know, Fear the Nub and Michael kind of doing a little bit more teamwork, I want to say, than what Double Tap showed us. And that might be kind of the bane of the semifinals here, is that in quarterfinals number 1, Double Tap really didn't have to work as a team, work as a unit as much. They could just rely on their individual skill to run up some of those games, run up those goals. But now Demolition Team are able to not only match their pace of play, playing at that same speed, but also their defense is on point and they're able to convert. So maybe Double Tap just kind of coming out a little unprepared here in this semifinal.
Yeah, maybe thought it was going to be an easier journey than it ended up being, and now have got some adjustments to make on their own side to make sure that, you know, they're able to stay alive in this series. Because, you know, one game, it's not too bad. You know, you can bring that back. You have a good game, too. You're right back in the thick of things. But 2 games, and all of a sudden you're facing series point. You don't really have room to make mistakes anymore. They're going to have to make sure that they really bring their A game here, because these best of 5s can snowball away from you so quickly.
Yeah, they're going to have to look to adjust. This game 2 is going to be very telling on whether Double Tap was just maybe assuming their competition wasn't as stiff here in the semifinal, and if they're able to work their way back into this one and tie up the series at once.
Lastro with his possession in his own corner, trying to make something happen. It'll get sent all the way across. Big clear coming downfield. Another send back the other way. This bounce, W one-handed, trying to reach for it. Michael on his own end. It's not quite on target, but still able to play it away. Can he follow it up off the wall? Yes, he can. Great pass downfield from Michael. Now Fear the Nub. Trying to follow it through. It's a wide open net. Could be an opportunity, and it is. Michael able to send it through for a 1-goal lead.
That's one of those situations where I think Fear the Nub actually missing that touch sets up Michael to secure that goal, because both members of Double Tap in a position to contest what Fear the Nub was going to throw at them, and he just missed the ball, so it drops straight down into Michael's hands, and he's able to score that goal as Demolition Team gets on the board first yet again.
Well, this one coming back the other way from Michael. A couple of extra touches, but Astroflea able to carry it back the other way. Big send downfield. That one's on target. That one's through Astroflea. Great hit from downtown to bring them back level again.
Yeah, and maybe Double Tap just needs to look for more opportunities like that to get themselves back in the game. Maybe Demolition Team now assuming they can get a little over-aggressive with their offense, and now we'll see if Double Tap can take that as an opportunity and start to capitalize on those open nets.
It's an interesting touch from that side wall. Big pinch, almost just goes straight into the net, out of the corner again. Astroflea has to make a touch, otherwise that would have surely been on target. And now back the other way, try harder Kevin with control, trying to get a pass off. Back into the corner again. This will be a pickup, still right out in front. Michael able to get the ball, gets the power downfield, gets the accuracy as well. Demolition Team off the back of that solo play from Michael, gonna retake the lead.
Yeah, and that's almost the same thing Double Tap just had, their goal come from on the other end, is that open net, that long-range shot that's on target. So Demolition Team fighting fire with fire right now against Double Tap.
Astroflea again, the hit downfield. This one a little high. Try harder Kevin was trying to get there in time, but again, just a step behind. Is this off the backboard out into the corner again? Astroflea's got to work his way back. He's the only one left on defense. Michael trying to get set up for a shot opportunity, but leaves it for Nubby one-handed, who'll take advantage of it himself and make it a 3-1 lead now.
And Sleegy, what it's starting to feel like to me is that teamwork aspect kind of coming back to bite Double Tap a bit. I think they're two great individual players. We saw that in the quarterfinals, but it is the teamwork of Demolition Team that is really securing a lot of these goals and these leads for them here in the semifinal.
Well, the semifinal that could potentially lead to the grand final, especially if Demolition Team are able to keep this pace up. They're only one away from series point. As we cross over into the second half here, it's going to be important for Double Tap to try and not let this lead get the better of them. They still have got plenty of time, and 2 goals can be taken away essentially just like that. So we'll have to see them keep it up. A great touch from Fear the Nub is now going to get his boost stolen from him, actually, but a shot coming from his teammate to bail him out. Michael making good on that play, make it 4-1 as well.
That's that teamwork, right? You see Kevin in position to attempt to get the save, but Michael reading that pass from Fear the Nub is able to lift that ball up just enough to get it over the defender and still find the net. So Demolition Team sitting with a nice lead as we approach that 2-minute mark.
Time is certainly getting away from Double Tap here. So Michael again going to take another shot. There's no way to get back to that one. That's just, oh no, it's off target. I thought for sure that was on. Is the follow-up on? No, that's off the post as well. And what I thought was a for sure go-ahead goal ends up pinging off the post and going back down the other way now. And Michael carried this through again. He's got an open net now. That one he won't miss.
Sleegy, that is so dirty. Not only does Michael get the save, he uses the kickoff off the backboard to fly across the pitch and convert that into a goal. The Demolition Team playing out of their minds against Double Tap right now.
Kickoff again here, going to be sent over to the right side now. This A little small touch. Nubby one-handed doesn't have it, but Michael coming across to pick that one up as it's still sitting it around midfield. Touch up over top. The drop down, able to just be kept out. Can they find the clear? It's straight into Michael again. Actually, Mike got bumped into position, but the second bump going to put him out and then able to get played away. But Double Tap time is running thin if they want to try and make a comeback here.
Yeah, in the demos, the physical play, Demolition Team living up to the name, as that is going to keep Double Tap playing from behind, playing on defense. They maintain possession in this final minute, but perhaps a potential opportunity for Astroflea here. Now we're in possible territory, Sleegy.
Yeah, I mean, it's doable. It's not going to be easy, but it's certainly doable. Astroflea, I mean, had a wide open net, just needed to make sure it got through. And so now maybe a kickoff goal or two and a great play downfield, and all of a sudden they could be looking at an overtime. But it's still going to take a lot of effort coming from them here. Assist getting sent over to the right side. Michael looking for the follow-up downfield off of Astroflea. Fear the nub, sending it farther in, but that's going to be just off target and off the ceiling as well.
Michael yet again there for the pickup, forwarding that double tap offense. Potential for Astroflea, but again, overshoots. I feel like that has been the bane of double tap's offense for the time being. They are there, but maybe just a bit too antsy, playing a little bit too panicked against being behind the Demolition Team. So this one looks like it's going to go in favor of Demolition Team yet again.
That would have been a nice little play at the end there from Double Tap. It was really close to working its way through, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Demolition Team here going to be putting themselves up on series point. 5 minutes of Rocket League away from going into that grand finals. But I mean, the big question now, Frank, is whether or not they're going to be able to close this out. It's been a really close series. It really, I think the score line makes it seem like it's a little bit farther away than it truly is. I mean, Double Tap and Demolition Team feel like they're operating around the same, but Demolition Team is just finding more opportunities. I think if we see Double Tap transition into offense a little bit more consistently, then we see them start to make a comeback in the series. The Demolition Team can't calm down here. They have to keep their pedal to the metal.
Yeah, I think that is pretty much it. Double Tap feels like it's almost like a communication issue to me in their gameplay. Whereas Demolition Team just playing a little bit cleaner, setting up the passing plays a little bit more, allowing themselves to be in better positions, and Double Tap maybe unfamiliar with being in these scenarios down 2-0 in the series. So they're playing a little bit panicked. They just need to calm down, stick to their game plan, know that their teammate is going to have their back, and maybe we'll have a more competitive game 3 on our hands.
Ooh, a little bit of bump to start things off, and it starts with a goal from Nubby one-handed off the back of that bump. Look at Michael, gets the hit, but right there, puts Tryharder out of a position, ends up passing, and unfortunately to Fear the Nub, and one goal right off the rip. I feel like that's the 4th goal we've had scored in the first 11 seconds so far today.
Yeah, I think all of these games have started off with a quick goal, outside of maybe a couple where it took 30 seconds. But yeah, all of these games, all of these teams coming out very aggressive, and Fear the Nub with a steal into the net. An early 2-goal lead now for the Demolition Team.
Yeah, and a great pickup again coming through there. I mean, you talk about giving a team confidence, and you know, part of that is making your own confidence. But you know what also works, Frank? Steal the other team's confidence. Like, if you can make them less confident, that gives you confidence by default. Or at least I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Because, I mean, either way, as these games have really gone on today, the team winning, it just continues to do so. Michael right there, he's not going to get a freer goal ever again in his life. I mean, this was just set up perfectly for him.
Yeah, and to me, this game number 3 especially is looking like Double Tap. Kind of the fatigue sets in. You start struggling to find an answer. You start to feel the wall behind you that you've been pressed up against. And some teams thrive in that scenario, and other teams crumble. But right now, with the way Demolition Team has come out, I think Double Tap is feeling a little famished.
Yeah, I think they are as well. And it's unfortunate to see, because there's still opportunities in this game. Reverse sweeps are not unheard of, but a reverse sweep where you also come back down from 4 in the opening minute of that game 3, that very, very important series point. I mean, this is going to be a lot of work if they're going to end up pulling this off.
Yeah, and I mean, even in that replay, right? Like, we saw both Flea and Kevin attempt to go for that save, and those were saves I don't think we saw them miss in the quarterfinals or even earlier in this series. So they need to do a little, do themselves a favor, kind of pick themselves up a bit here and say, hey, there's still, if Demolition Team got 4 goals in a minute and 15, 5 goals in a minute and 16, we can do the same. Because they have done it before in that quarterfinals, but Demolition Team just doing a really great job of applying that pressure, not letting off of the gas, but Double Tap just needs to get their heads back in it and let the cars follow.
We'll kick off again here in that 5, sitting real big over the heads of the players on Double Tap, as potential almost 6 there off the kickoff. An opportunity here for Kevin back down the other way. Not quite able to work it through there. Michael coming through with the save. That one comes across. Oh, pings off the post. The follow-up going to end up being just wide. That follow through, it ends up getting sent over to the side again, off the side wall. Follow through again. Good cut. Michael, oh no, might have played it away, but great recovery off that half flip to be able to get back into possession.
Ooh, okay. Demo going to come through, but Michael, can he get the touch? Doesn't even need to. Fear the nub from way downtown. Going to get the 6th goal now. Uncontested for the Demolition Team.
And it's just been goal after goal after goal so far, and it continues to get out of control. And Double Tap, try as they might, have not been able to work themselves back into this game. Michael waiting back patiently, might have been a bit too far forward though, and this should be an easy goal for Kevin, and it is.
All right, well, Double Tap starting to mount a semblance of a comeback. You got to take it 1 goal at a time, so they can find a handful more like this. They can claw their way back into this game. I mean, Demolition Team, it feels like this game has been going on for a long time, but because of all these goals, we've still got just about 3 minutes left to play, so hopefully Double Tap can start mounting a comeback here.
That one was right out in front as well from Fear the Nub. Played across in again. That one coming straight back down. Heads up over into the corner. This one going to be a bit high. Looking to try and rotate back around. The second half now has begun, and we're still at a 5-goal deficit. Double Tap was able to get that 1 goal, but still have got a lot more to go. That's a great pass from Demolition Team, and really at this point, Frank, all they need to do is just kind of wear time down here.
Yeah, Demolition Team has recognized the scenario. No, they don't need to play hyper aggressive and kind of give too much away. If they can just maintain possession, stall out that clock, they are punching their ticket to the grand finals, and so far so good. That strategy has been working out for them.
Well, can Nubby one-handed hold on to this one? The boost pickup from Double Tap in the corner, but Fear the Nub can't finish it off. Oh, the follow from Michael, and there's the Brazil. And even though there's a minute 47 left, it really feels like Demolition Team are going to be the one to move forward into the grand finals.
Yeah, Double Tap has had like these brief little glimpses of opportunities and momentum, these windows where they can work their way back into it, like coming off that previous goal. But then they haven't been able to string those together or find them within enough time to really make a significant dent in the Demolition Team's lead.
Well, this pickup should be another easy goal there. Bit overcommitted from the Double Tap side. I don't blame them. You're down by forever and not too much time left on the board. You've got to commit numbers forward. Unfortunately, that's just a bit too far forward. They don't quite hold on to the control like they were expecting to, and Demolition Team able to push it back down the other way. And I mean, really, at this point in the game, you've just got to be fully throwing yourself at the wall. You got to try everything you can. Great little 50 there from Astro Flea on the dunk. And I mean, look, there's still time. I don't want to act like they're 100% out. It would be absolutely incredible comeback, but again, it's going to be a lot of work here, Frank.
Yeah, if anything, right, you kind of try to capitalize on Demolition Team playing a little bit safe and a little bit slower. and them kind of just stalling it out, and use that to your advantage. Kind of use some Aikido to kind of use that momentum against them. And double tap, again, they have that glimpse of opportunity, but now at that point, it's like that window is slowly closing. They needed to get a goal a few seconds ago to kind of maintain pace to try to come back into this one. And Demolition Team has just done a great job of thwarting those opportunities.
Well, backboard play again. Fear the nub. All they need to do on Demolition Team is just waste time. Back pass does just that. Might have been too much, but double tap wasn't ready to take advantage. A potential for a third on the board, but they're not able to quite convert. This hit going to be up high off the ceiling. Knocked down again. We're getting close to the final 30, and we're still 6 goals needed from double tap here. That pass going to play it away, and I think if we hit 15 seconds without another goal from double tap, any chance of a comeback is out of the question with them not being on offense. And with that going in, Demolition Team going to be putting that wax stamp seal on their ticket to the grand finals, and they're doing it with absolute power right now.
Yeah, Demolition Team to me is kind of that sleeper hit of today's tournament. Especially after that quarterfinal showing from double tap, I did not expect the Demolition Team to come back and sweep double tap in return to make their way to the grand finals, but here they are, and I think that sets the stage for a really exciting grand finals where boost collectors are waiting in the wings.
Well, the final seconds tick away, and as that timer strikes 0, Demolition Team going to be demoing through the opposition to land themselves a spot in the grand finals and a potential to really make a run here. Because like you said, after the sweep from double tap in that quarterfinals, both you and I were expecting them to be the ones to move forward, but an upset coming from Demolition Team, and now I'm curious to see if they can make it stretch all the way here.
Yeah, I think too. And what's interesting is that teamwork kind of reigns supreme, right? We saw that double tap had really strong individual presence in that quarterfinals, but Demolition Team, all it takes is a couple of passing plays, utilizing your teammate in a more optimal way, and you can have some of these upsets. I think boost collectors, it's kind of the same story. Their teamwork is so on point that it's hard to count them out ever, because it's never a one-man show. It's never, oh, this person took over the game, they have 7 goals, and okay, it's a wrap. It's always, well, if they can get to working together, there's an opportunity there. And I think double tap just didn't have that in this semifinal. So Demo Team able to, I mean, it's in their name. Just looking at a teamwork. So Demo Team versus Boost Collectors. I'm excited to see this grand finals because it is going to be those passing plays, those opportunities, and those 2 players playing as one going into this grand final.
Yeah, I think we're setting up what is going to be a super entertaining finish here. But first, I want to hear from Glitter her thoughts on that and whether or not she was surprised at the outcome of this last game.
You know, I thought after seeing double tap in our finals for the last 2 exhibitions that they would be able to make it through a third time. But Demolition Team came through with an insanely impressive performance, and they take out double tap in our second semifinals matchup of the day. Now, after the showing we've seen both of our remaining teams have, this should definitely be an exciting finals. Before we get into all that action, though, we're going to send it to our last break of the day. And when we come back, the grand finals of our last Adaptive Esports Rocket League exhibition. Stick around. We'll be right back.
So fundamentally at Logitech, we believe life is more fun when you play. So as a result, we think everyone should be able to enjoy the joys of play. So Microsoft is a super close partner of ours, so when they came and they said, hey, we're working on something in the accessibility space, we can't tell you what it is, but could you please support us? We knew we just had to do the right thing.
It was really very, very invigorating to find out that like we had, a partner that was just as excited about this as we were. So what Logitech has done is basically empowered people by creating a ton of new switch and button options for them. And it's really going to open up gaming for a lot of people.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back for the final time to our Adaptive Esports Rocket League exhibition. I'm your host, Glitter Explosion, and we just watched as Demolition Team secured their spot in the grand finals against Boost Collectors, setting this up to be an insane ending. If you want to find out more information, of course, you can head on over to adaptiveesports.g.logi.link. If you're just checking in with us for the first time, let's take a quick look at our bracket to see the journey our teams took to get here. You guys can see that Zero Gravity was Boost Collectors' battle in the semifinals. Boost Collectors handling it in 3-0 fashion, making their way through to the finals. And Demolition Team also 3-0ing their way to finals. So like I said, this should be an intense back and forth. Now, the real question is, will Boost Collectors secure a 4th championship? Or will Demolition Team be the ones to dethrone our 3-time champs? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our grand finals. Frank and Sleegy, let's crown ourselves our final winner.
Yeah, we're here. It's felt like a lot leading up to this, right? Like all the other events before this, but also today we've had some really good games, some really good series, and now it feels like the super grand finals, honestly, to me. I'm excited, both Boost Collectors and Demolition Team. I mean, if we were going to have a game potentially go to Game 5, it was this matchup right here. Like, I'm just excited in general here, Frank.
Yeah, this is going to be a great battle. I'm hoping for as, we brought it up last. The goals have been happening so quick. I feel like we don't even get the chance to finish our thoughts. These players are rip-roaring and ready to go. And it is Fear the Nub striking early off that kickoff goal. But yeah, they've been some exciting matches, like Glitter has said. A lot of 3-0s, but still back and forth, right? That scoreline doesn't always tell you the full story. Oh my God, Sleegy, will they let me speak? I'm trying to set the stage here, but they're just trying to play Rocket League, apparently.
It's 2 goals in 8 seconds. You've barely been able to do your intro, and all of a sudden we've got a tie ball game. I mean, we've seen a lot of goals scored in early so far today, but I don't think we've seen a back-to-back like that at all. Like this, I mean, this is borderline going to hopefully be a shootout, because I would love to see a shootout. I don't know about you.
And what I love is that I could tell, just because I've worked with you so much, we've talked so much, we've casted so much, that you were waiting for just another goal to be scored because you knew that your sentence was going to get cut off. Just like that, Fear the Nub has now regained that 1-goal lead for the Demolition Team. And we have, I feel like there's a few seconds have passed in Rocket League time.
Yeah, 3 goals in less than 30 seconds. I mean, this is off to a roaring start, and Now it's going to be down to whether or not both of these teams can keep up this pace. I mean, it's impressive for sure, but at some point the defense on either side going to have to start kicking in. We see a save come through there from Angry Bullfrogs. Things potentially might start slowing down. Nubby one-handed. Touch over to the right side, able to get the beat past the second member. Hits it up high, but then the demo from Angry Bullfrogs able to keep Michael from making a play on that ball.
Yeah, great heads-up play from Bullfrogs there, getting that demo to stop that offensive push. But Boost Collectors, we know their teamwork is on point as well. Angry Bullfrog looking to set something up off the wall. Entry shot going to go just wide. Will Bullfrogs be on the wrap? He was hunting for it, but things going to slow down for the time being.
Good touch up there from Enturdi. Angry Bullfrogs to drop down over to the right side. This follow-up, Michael. Going off the backboard, ceiling, trying to follow through here. It'll be again out into the corner. This one just big chilling. Waiting for Angry Bullfrogs to take a shot. It's a soft one, able to get saved away by Michael. Now back the other way from Nubby one-handed. That one's cleared away. And the offense definitely cooling down as the defense picking up some pace.
Yeah, though I do like that pass play from the Demolition team early. With the save kind of off and the clear downfield to Michael, but Demolition team doing a great job of battling back at the Boost Collectors, not really letting them get that teamwork even started.
Well, this still high up in the air. No follow through quite available there as Enturdi gets a bump on one. Can he get the bump on the other? No, Michael, quick cut, able to keep that one out of net. It's one touch off the side wall. This one played towards the net, where they'll get played towards the side wall instead. Fear able to put another one, but still able to get kept out. Now the defense really feeling like in its prime here, at least for the Boost Collectors side.
Yeah, they were doing a great job. Demolition team, though, equally keeping that ball at the midfield line, but the Boost Collectors, oh my gosh! Enturdi right on the corner, and that one is gonna drop in to tie us up at 2s.
Yeah, that, whoo, man, talk about a fortunate little bounce. Bar down skiing in, and right as we cross into the second half as well, does a great job of being able to maintain that possession. So now off that little corner hit off the sidewall, still being a dangerous spot, floating out in front. Shot going to be taken, but wide. Angry Bullfrogs not quite able to finish that one out. Low boost from Nubby one-handed, but able to get it past one. Michael coming in. Oh, the fake! The axles completely coming off as he's able to send it into the back right corner.
Beautiful little stutter by Michael. You see it play out in the replay. He caught the defense looking on that one. Demolition team, 1-goal lead as we near the 2-minute mark.
Well, now over to the right side again. Michael off the ceiling, was looking for a ceiling hit. Not quite able to pull it off. It'll be left side again here from Angry Bullfrogs. That one coming straight down. Able to get played away. Michael not able to follow that one up. Good pace, though, to keep himself into play. Enturdi vying for possession here. This will be off the back wall. Angry Bullfrogs again out of the corner. Angry trying to follow it up. Gets a good 50, keeping it in the orange half. Can he finish it off? Takes a shot, but it's well wide. This coming back around again. Nubby one-handed gets a good 50 of his own. Has got the boost to follow it up, but Michael going to take a shot. It's wide. Oh, the miss on the defense, and it allows it to be wide open. Demolition team double their lead.
Nice reads out of the Demolition team for sure. Fear the Nub reading that post play. Angry Bullfrogs caught in net. To me, it seems like the Boost Collectors need to draw up a few different plays, because those plays that were working in the semifinals are not working here against the Demolition team.
Up high. This one knocked down by Michael out of the corner. Michael. Oh, going to get taken out of the play on that one. As it'll be a hit off the side wall. This one wrapping around. Final 60 seconds in game number 1. And a shootout it has been. Back and forth this game has gone. Demolition team has been able to secure a nice little pocket for themselves, but it's not too comfortable. They've been having to keep up the pace. Let's Boost Collectors work their way back in. It's a drop down, not quite there. Opposite side of field, Enturdi taking a shot. It's just high. The follow-up, though, no, it's no. He's too far away. They needed to be a little bit closer to that ball. and instead playing the long con, and it might not have paid off as the follow-up shot there as well getting saved away.
Yeah, one of those rare opportunities in the Boost Collector's arsenal where Angry Bullfrogs wasn't lining up the follow-up shot, and that might come back to bite them here because they were potentially one goal away from tying up this game number 1, but now as the clock dwindles down, opportunities few and far between for the Boost Collectors.
And I mean, Enturdi again, just able to just knock that down in 5 seconds. It's not impossible. It's definitely doable. They need a kickoff goal, essentially, though, to be able to pick this up and just ensure that it doesn't hit the ground. We'll see if they're able to do it. Boost Collectors have an option to force OT. Not the greatest of starts. It's played over. Fortunate bounce. They can't let it hit the ground now. It'll be played across. That one picked up again. Do they have the momentum? No, they do not. Demolition Team is able to survive and take round number 1.
Well, definitely a back and forth match, a competitive match. This is definitely the series today that has the potential to go towards that game 5. But I do think Demolition Team, I will give them the early upper hand here, simply for the fact that a lot of those passing plays Boost Collectors made their home, the staple to their gameplay, were being shut down time after time by the Demo Team. So coming into game number 2, the Boost Collectors need to reinvent the wheel a bit and find something that is going to be an answer to the Demo Team's defense.
Yeah, and I mean, that defense really did start to pick up after that opening minute, able to get that sort of frost off the shoulders, get themselves in a good spot, and their rotations really did start to pick up the pace, and we saw it reflected in how they were able to really consistently, I think, get back in front of a lot of these shot opportunities that were coming their way. So it's going to be an interesting series moving forward. Obviously, the first game is close. We've not been sort of seen that too often today. It's been a lot of 3-0s, but I'm really hoping that we're going to continue to see that back and forth across the series as well, because I just want to keep seeing these teams play. I mean, they are just fun to watch.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I think it comes down to that teamwork too, right? Just the way they're able to use their teammates' work as that squad, have each other's backs, has been the most competitive, kind of the most on point, throughout the entire bracket here today.
Good save already off the rip from Enturdi there, off the shot from Michael. He's trying to force their way through. This one out in front again, but able to get saved by Enturdi a second time. This control, carrying it across on target. Michael, again with the save, was actually hiding behind that ball. Didn't see him chilling back there. As Numby one-handed. Now back down the other way into the left side corner. Miss coming through, leaves it for his teammate, and a wise choice indeed is Michael able to come across and send that in for goal number 1 of game number 2.
Well, it's no 3 goals in under 30 seconds, Sleegy, but it is Demolition Team striking first again here in game number 2. Boost Collectors made them work a little bit harder for it, but I'm still waiting for that Boost Collectors teamwork that we saw in the semifinals to come through here.
The follow-up here from Michael. Great pass in midfield. Great follow-up as well. Can Michael cut around in this corner? Gets a decent bounce. Responded too well by Enturdi. Angry Bullfrogs. This out of the corner. Angry Bullfrogs. Too much power over to the right side. It's still in the zone. Enturdi getting close. No quite cigar on that one. Is Michael to follow up. Going to get taken out by Angry Bullfrogs there. The dribble coming through, still out in front and able to get played away. Another shot opportunity. Michael, save on that one. Transitions back into offense, and even though he's setting it up, I mean, Demolition Team, they're only up by 1. They've got to be careful about how overcommit they are, because you leave holes open like that, and Enturdi doing a great job of taking advantage of it and sending it through.
Yeah, and that's what Boost Collectors need, to take advantage of those opportunities, the gifts that are given to them by the Demolition Team, because we've seen how hard the Demolition Team is going to make Boost Collectors work for each and every one of those goals, so you have to connect on those ones when you have the opportunity.
Michael back in control here. A little bit of a pop-up. Angry Bullfrogs, the follow-up. That's right on target, right on through, and Boost Collectors able to grab a lead here.
Yeah, Boost Collectors, that's a little bit more of that teamwork, the impressive angles, the mechanical plays that we saw out of them in that semifinals, and I thought it caught the Demolition team looking just a little bit too long on that one. So Boost Collectors now in the lead by 1.
The lead by 1 straight down, and it's right back level again. Now be one-handed, doing a great job of following this one up off of the straight down play and able to bring them level.
And I knew, right, when I said lead by 1, Sleeky, something, in the pit of my stomach started to sink. I thought we just might see a Demolition team goal there, and we did right off the kickoff. Back at evens, 3 minutes still left to play here in the second game of our grand finals, and it is still as close as ever between these two teams.
Well, this out of the corner play could develop. It's played out. This one straight down, and Turdy trying to get an angle on it. It'll be sent downfield again. This played away. It'll be off the sidewall. Michael might have played that out of his own reach. Pop up here. Needs to quickly challenge, and he does. Able to get it past 1. Grabs Boost out. 1 more to beat in Turdy, though. Finding a massive save and an overcommit again, but Demolition team not quite as far as they were last time. Able to get back set defensively, but they've got to start really being careful about how far up the field they're pushing on some of these plays.
Yeah, and I think that's the big difference in why the Boost Collectors offense hasn't been as explosive as we've seen previously, is because the Demolition team poses so much of an offensive threat. Angry Bullfrog doesn't feel as comfortable roaming for these rebound shots as he did in previous series. So he's kind of taken out of some of these plays just from the Demolition team's offensive threat alone.
Well, this control again. From Nubby one-handed. The drop down still there, and Turdy. Oh, off the corner, might have an option. But a 50 sends it wide. Still level here as we enter the final 90 seconds. Angry Bullfrogs looking for another pass, but that shot wide. Once again, the touch coming through here. Angry Bullfrogs able to get the double 50. Can he find the third touch? No, Michael able to play that one away. Gets a follow-up of his own. No Boost to work with. But straight for his teammate who does have Boost. The knock down, saved away. Michael wisely staying back, but now a possession play coming forth, and that, oh my, beautiful from Anturdi.
Anturdi kind of taking matters into his own hands on this play. The beautiful lift up. Michael misses the touch, and he carries that one all the way to the net to get the Boost Collectors a 1-goal lead with 1 minute left to play.
60 seconds on the board and trying to get this series level. That's straight down, and Nubby one-handed again. Right off the rip of having their lead taken away, able to bring them back level. He is the equalizer so far throughout this game.
I mean, he's done it twice. We've seen the exact same scenario play out in both tying at 2s and now tying at 3s. So the Demolition team, with those perfect answers, now putting them in a position to close out this game number 2 and put themselves on match point here in the grand finals, unless Boost Collectors themselves can find an answer.
Well, good job from Angry Bullfrogs there, because that shot was off target, able to redirect it back in. And so, again, we see Boost Collectors able to take the lead. 40 seconds left. Will Demolition team continue in their sort of way of responding off kickoff? We'll have to see right here. It's immediately going to come back to Nubby one-handed, who's got possession. Flick over top of 1 towards the back wall. Misses that touch out, but Michael coming back in. Angry Bullfrogs trying to play the ball away, but will miss that one in the corner. Follow up here from Anturdi will transition back downfield, but a quick hit will potentially set up a 2v1. The defense rotating back around. Michael out of the corner, on target, but saved by Anturdi. Coming across, read it like a dream, and might keep their dream of an equal series alive, as that shot going to be just wide off the bar. Maybe one more opportunity for Demolition team. This is going to come all the way downfield off the corner. They don't have the speed, and Boost Collectors will draw level 1-1 in the series.
What an amazing answer from the Boost Collectors. I love the aggression and the tenacity from from Anterty in those final moments, clutching up for the team, answering right back. We saw a 3-4 stat line in game number 1, and it's 4-3 in game number 2. Sleegy, you just might be right with that game 5 prediction. This is going to be a battle till the end.
Well, series point is about to be on the horizon one way or the other. Game 3 is going to be massively important. Whichever side takes it, obviously grabbing that series point, but they grab a whole heap of confidence along with them. And with how close both of these sides are playing right now, I think that little bit of extra confidence might make the difference. So it could potentially be a 4-game series here. But I really think that how close this next game is going to determine whether it ends in 4 or whether it ends in 5. But either way, I'm loving the play that they are putting down out on the field.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Here's Anterty, maybe looking to strike early, strike while the iron is hot. He was on fire at the end of game number 2. Can it carry over to game number 3? But Demolition Team going to get a decent little clear and touch here. And that's going to be Michael striking first yet again for the Demolition Team.
And again, we've seen a lot of goals off the initial kickoffs here in this game, no different. The Demolition Team able to put that one on the board. I think Boost Collectors maybe got caught a little out of sorts, and they got to make sure that they maintain their composure here because there's still a lot of Rocket League left to play. Angry Bullfrogs out of the corner, gets a slight hit. It's Michael coming back around towards the side wall, missed on that one. It's straight out in front, and that's going to be 2-0 for Demolition Team.
Demolition Team playing like they took that game number 2 personally. Feels like they think that one got away from them undeserved as they're striking twice here early in game number 3.
We'll kick off again. We'll see if Demolition Team can keep up the pace. It's a good 50 to start things off. And Turdy reaching for it. Past Angry Bullfrogs, not quite able to connect. Angry Bullfrogs will come back in though. Towards the side, great hit. Coming through here, the 50 coming quickly is Michael. Oh, he had the beat on that one. He just needed to stay on his line. Still able to keep it forward though. Side of the corner was looking to send it back a little bit. I think Boost Collectors were able to get a touch on it as well, and Turdy definitely did there. That's off the back wall, shot taken and scored, and Turdy bringing Boost Collectors back within 1.
And, you know, keeping this semifinal in mind, you know, Angry Bullfrog been a little quiet, and Anthony, I gotta give him props. He stepped it up and really put the team on his back to keep these ones competitive and keep them close here in the grand final.
That hit from Michael. This one sent towards the back end, played away. Michael was looking for a follow-up. Nothing quite on that. This will be sidewall again. Could be an open shooting opportunity. It was, but just off target. Needed to take a couple extra seconds to line it up. Follow through here. Sidewall back out in front. And this should be an easy goal. And it is going through, but it was a lot harder than it needed to be.
I was going to say, an easy goal made as difficult as possible by Fear the Nub on that one. Just barely squeaking in the final moments before a save was lined up for the Boost Collectors.
We'll kick off again here. Going to be played over to the side wall. Angry Bullfrogs towards that back end. It's a good 50, sending it back over to the left side. Fear the Nub, not quite on that. Still be out in front. Can the wrap around from Michael? Yes, he can, but not on target. Still sitting in the blue side of the field. The knockdown coming through. The pass and beautifully landed right on a dime. Nubby one-handed again, able to come through, make it 4-1. The Demolition Team are not messing around this game.
Yeah, no, they've fine-tuned that teamwork that we saw throughout this series and are really starting to capitalize on it, find their groove here in this grand final, and it couldn't have come at a better time.
130. The wrap around there, still in the zone. As it gets sent back the other way. Great finish coming from Boost Collectors. Able to cut it back to within 2. And, I mean, this is back and forth here, Frank, and we still got 2:51 left on the board.
Yeah, I mean, plenty of time left here for the Boost Collectors. I feel like in the previous game, towards the end, and maybe at the start of this one, they were a little flat, but there's been those moments where they start to pick it up. They just need to string some of this momentum together, kind of get things going in their favor again, and they could get this one back to even.
Straight there. Back across off the side wall. A little bit of a deflection coming through. And that second half is starting to rear its ugly head. And for Boost Collectors, they got to make sure that they keep it up and not do things like that. That is unfortunate. There's no other way to describe it.
Yeah, just a tough 50 lost. Fear the Nub able to capitalize on it. Angry Bullfrogs attempts to get the save, but the ball does not bounce their way as the Demolition team extend their lead to 3.
Sidewall and Turdy. Wow. Immediate response and brings it back within 2 again just a couple seconds after.
Definitely what they needed in this scenario. They need to catch up quick because we know the Demolition team can also run the clock if need be. They're great at just maintaining that possession, slowly letting that clock wind down when they do have that lead. So this is a great opportunity for the Boost Collectors to get a little bit more aggressive.
Corner hit again. This one cleared away over to the left side. Angry Bullfrogs, no touch. Looking for the pickup. It's sent back again. That backboard will come right back out in front. Angry Bullfrogs still sticking with it. As it'll come towards the back wall now. This should be an open opportunity, but played away again. Michael not able to finish it off.
Yeah, and maybe he was just worried that if he did go for that shot attempt, it would line the Boost Collectors up with a good opportunity to transition into offense. But it looks like Anturdy gonna transition anyways as they now bring this one within 1 goal.
Yeah, that was just a bit of a giveaway from Michael. A lot of power on it, but no follow through. Gets caught far too forward after the flip and then not able to get rotated back around in time. And it's small mistakes like that that can be the 1,000 cuts that take you down. And right now, Boost Collectors only 1 away from an equalizing goal. And this is a very critical Game 3 series point, decisive on the line here. It's Michael towards the right side, out of the corner. Will look for a bump, doesn't quite find it. Fear the Nub, going to get taken out of the play after his touch. This still sitting in the zone. Michael looking to cut across. It'll be off the side wall. Played over now to the right side. That corner hit. Played out down in front. Off the side. Backboard. Right still there in front. And oh, the miss! And that is going to be an equalizer coming from Boost Collectors.
A gift has fallen into the laps of the Boost Collectors on that play. Just over 1 minute left here in a potentially, the match point of this grand final. Whoever takes this one just needs 1 more. So now it's an old school shootout here with about a minute left to play. Next goal could win, and that will set them up to be on match point for the grand finals here.
Well, that knockdown wasn't quite there. Hit back Michael. Played forward. This coming all the way over to the right side. Demo on 1. Angry Bullfrogs. Oh, going to be taken out as well. And Turdy, a little bit of a missed touch. Oh, it's a wide open net again, and they can't finish it off. That's the 3rd time this game that Demolition team have had what seems to be a go-ahead goal, but have not been able to go ahead and finish it.
Yeah, 30 seconds now left to play. Still tied at 5s, but possession in the hands of Demolition team unless Boost Collectors can get a solid clear here. Still battling at that 50-yard line. Another miss, a potential shot for Michael, but it's going to go wide.
Still up high. Out of the corner. This one being sent a little farther downfield. The ball hit towards the back end. Cross 1. And it looks like we may have OT here. As a small hit there, still kept up. And we will have overtime in Game 3.
Next goal wins, and next goal gets match point, Sleegy, here in the grand finals. Emotions couldn't be higher between these two teams.
And it's really starting to get into the nitty-gritty and Turdy with possession. Pass over to his teammate. A hit downfield. Michael to respond back the other way. It's a big clear coming through here. Angry Bullfrogs. The backboard hit. Another one coming from Michael back the other way, and Turdy. The response off the side wall might have been a giveaway, though. He's going to get taken out, but no setup coming through. Michael has to play it out of center. able to get a follow-up touch there, but he's bumped out of the way, and Turdy up in the air, gonna get it on target, but saved by Michael.
Great save. Great nerves from Michael there on that play, extending this overtime, giving them another chance. But here comes Anturdy. Waits for the backboard, but it's going to be cleared away by Fear the Nub.
Well, another still up top. Angry Bullfrogs can't quite close it out. Anturdy, the wraparound towards the side wall. Out of the corner again. This could be an opening. The knock off the back end. But Boost Collectors not far enough forward to be able to take advantage. Another big clear coming from Nubby one-handed. The 50 sending it out in front, but his teammates not an advantage to take control of the ball, and it's been back and forth like this. That might be on target, but Anturdy able to play it away. Can they finish it off? The shot on target again, and Anturdy with the save.
Great response from Anturdy on that defense. Now can they convert it into offense? Both going up for it. Thankfully, Michael goes wide on that touch. There was an open net. Anturdy trying to wrap around now. Ball going to be bumped away, but Angry Bullfrogs playing this one off the corner.
Still there. Michael with that control. Big clear coming back the other way. Almost 2 minutes of overtime here now. And Angry Bullfrogs can't quite find that finish. It's back mid yet again. Waiting for it. Great patience from Anturdy, but still not able to get out of the grasp of Michael, who's chasing it down. Able to get a good win. Not able to grab the boost. It's out of the back again. And now Nubby one-handed. From the corner, able to get around one. Good hit over two. Michael maybe a little bit too far back. Misses his touch on the ball. Now Angry Bullfrog with an opportunity of his own. A little bit of patience coming through, and this back and forth continues. We've played an entire extra half a game of Rocket League. Does it finish right there? No! Another opportunity that Demolition Team can't finish off, and then the hit back the other way, and Turdy will score. It's a 6-5 shootout to the end, but Boost Collectors secure series point.
Great patience and great faith in his teammate from Anturdy there. Says, Bullfrogs, you've got the defense on this one. I'm going to play this one off the potential rebound. It was a do or die type scenario. It was either if that goal went in for the demo team, that was it. But Anturdy knew if that shot went wide, he was going to be in that perfect position to get that goal. And that puts the Boost Collectors on match point.
Match point, series point, tournament point. It is all coming down to this. Game 4 could very well be the last on our plate here, but a Game 5 is still chilling in the background, waiting for its time to shine. But it's going to have to be something incredible, because that overtime, I mean, talk about opportunities. That was essentially a 2-goal swing that happened right there at the end. A missed shot that leads into a shot on its own on the other side of field.
Yeah, and the Boost Collectors, kind of the last 2 games that they've won have ended in that fashion, just squeaking by in the final moments. So can they do it in game number 4 now? Can they seal the deal here? We are going to find out, but Demolition Team, I'm sure, has a few different thoughts about that.
What a start. Talk about getting off to a bang. 3 seconds in, and Demolition Team able to put one through. I mean, that's just going to put the pressure on Boost Collectors to try and find this response.
Yeah, and you know, they have the last 2 games, because I do believe Demolition Team started all of the games in this grand finals that way. So Boost Collectors, if they can answer back quickly here, get things back to even, they'll be in an even better position. But it, regardless, will be a battle.
Michael off the sidewall again, trying to carry it forward off the backboard. And Nubby one-handed, maybe a bit overcommitted on that one. Should be an equalizer for Boost Collectors, and it is. And Turdy able to control it all the way down the length of the field to make it 1-1.
30 seconds played, 2 goals on the board, sitting back at evens. The Boost Collectors know that they don't want to let the Demolition Team get a lead here and force that game 5. Boost Collectors want to end it right here, right now.
Well, this coming into the corner. Michael taking a shot, and that'll put Demolition Team back in the lead again. And with a lot more of this back and forth that we've been used to.
And an absolutely devilish angle from Michael, Time and time again, he has played that one out in front of the net to try to set up his teammate, but this time he sees the angle, he fires the shot and secures the goal, and Fear the Nub, the kickoff king, extends the lead to 2.
Great kickoff here. I mean, just straight down the center line, able to go right on in, and that game 5 starting to warm up a little bit. I know we're early here in game 4, but this has been a dominant start from Demolition Team.
Yeah, Boost Collectors just need to find their footing, kind of shake those last couple of goals off, start playing their game again. We've seen them make these comebacks before. See the previous game as Angry Bullfrog's going to hit the assist to Anterty to get us back within 1.
Well, this is just, yeah, like you said, great control. Able to cut that across, keep it out in front, and Anterty there in the right spot to be able to just finish it off. And 5 goals. We're not even out of the opening minute here, Frank. What is going on?
A lot of goals, Leaky. A lot of aggression, a lot of excitement here in Game 4 of the Grand Finals. I don't want this to end because this is going to be back and forth, a high-scoring game as Boost Collectors try to close this one out. Demolition Team yearning to get to that Game 5.
Well, to play into the corner. Angry Bullfrogs not able to pick it up. Demolition Team transferred downfield. Great 50 from Anterty. That's played right side again. Still in the zone. Coming out and around midfield. Fear the Nub. Fears nothing right now as with 0 boost just barging into Boost Collector territory. And Anterty trying to do just that right there. Trying to collect that 100 boost. Sat on it for a bit. Able to collect it right there. Is now the wraparound coming in. The 50-on-1. Michael able to send it back down the other way. As this time, off the sidewall, shot gonna be taken and through, top left corner. Demolition Team will get back to a 2-goal lead.
I love how the Demolition Team are just simply not afraid to take these long-range shots, recognizing the Boost Collector's positioning, and they've connected. You know, time after time, they've shown that these are not just flukes, a wish and a prayer angles. They are calculated shots, and they are able to connect to extend that lead to 2.
Follow up here, over top, almost. Michael able to come away with a nice save on that one. Angry Bullfrogs will try again. This coming back across off the ceiling from Michael. Can he follow it up? No, it'll be wide. Angry Bullfrogs does get credit for the save. Another hit downfield on target and through, back within 1.
Boost Collectors are finding some answers. They just need to string one more together here, but they've got to be wary of that Fear the Nub kickoff, which can extend this lead to 2 again in the blink of an eye. So if they're prepared for that, we could potentially see a tying goal from the Boost Collectors.
Well, this is coming all the way across again. Fear the Nub trying to do what they've done a lot in the past, which is score immediately off the kickoff. Angry Bullfrogs, though, has other things to say about it. Midfield pass and Anterty shot. It's just high. Angry Bullfrogs rotating back around, needs to make sure that they don't get scored on. The opportunity is there. Great patience, but it takes just long enough for Boost Collectors to send it back the other way. Angry Bullfrogs now out of the corner. Pass out, and Anterty just needs to hit it back towards. He was able to get it past both members. That played away from him a little bit. Michael, though, might have played it away from his own teammate there, but following it up on his own, Michael just doing a lot right here.
Yeah, Michael kind of doing what Anterty was doing, taking matters into his own hands, trying to force this goal, but it might open up an opportunity for the Boost Collectors. That one not going to develop, so Anterty going to go back for the reset, but the demo going to come through and open up a chance for the demo team.
Woo, man, Angry Bullfrogs with that save as well. Can he get the goal to boot? I think it's just off target. Yeah, it is. The follow-up going to get saved there by Michael. This hit over top 1, over top 2. Does it have the drop? Ooh. Yes, it does. Angry Bullfrogs, the solo effort to send it through. And just like that, we've got a tie ball game.
Angry Bullfrogs, you showed up just in time. You were quiet for a couple of games there, but that one signed, sealed, delivered to tie us up at 4s.
Well, now, this is where things really get interesting. 90 seconds left. Boost Collectors need 1 goal and to hold on to it to take the whole tournament. Demolition Team are trying their absolute hardest to push us to a Game 5, but Boost Collectors will just not stay away. It all comes down to this final minute, perhaps in an opportunity and a goal off the bar, off the post, it's out, and that is the 4th time we've seen in the last 2 games where Demolition Team should have scored and was not able to finish it off. That might come back to bite them.
The post is the heartbreaker of this series right there. Can Demolition Team make good? No. That next offensive push gonna go wide, and here's Anthony hunting for something. The drop down, Angry Bullfrogs just wide, so this one's gonna get reset.
Well, sidewall again. This drop down for Angry Bullfrogs, looking for the 50. The deflection sends it just wide. The turn back in from Enturdi out of the corner, but no boost for Angry Bullfrogs. Enturdi just doing what he can with it, but now we're in the final 30 seconds. Next goal could very well be the decider. Michael misses the follow-up touch on that one, gives the possession away back to Boost Collectors, who get a demolition on their way back down as they transfer downfield. This is going to be over on the left side. Michael still holding on to control here, trying to reverse field as the final 10 seconds tick away. Gets a pinch back the other direction. But Enturdi might have one more chance on his own. Off the hood of Michael, 0 seconds. They might as well just let it drop, and they do. We've got overtime in game 4.
Boost Collectors potentially our grand final champions here. They're able to get this overtime goal. Demolition Team looking to force that game 5. Anthony looking to end this one quick, but Fear the Nub gonna knock that one away.
Well, off the ceiling. Sets up an opportunity off the back end. A miss. Oh, no, actually able to get the hit. Michael grabbing it at the last second, sending it off the backboard. It's straight down off of it, but a miss again coming through. Michael back on defense, has got to defend it, able to get it over to the sidewall again. Boost Collectors. You can see the speed that they get on every little mistake that's made. But right now, the Demolition Team defense is holding strong as it's sidewall again. Opportunity opening up. This going to be off the ceiling. Can Michael get there in time? Yes, he can. With Angry Bullfrogs contending with possession here on the side. Michael, soft touch over top, and it's going to be just wide again, and Turdy somehow was able to find that deflection before the shot got off. That was ever so close.
Oh, and the team bump might thwart that potential opportunity. Angry Bullfrogs trying to play for the save. A big demo, but Angry Bullfrogs now in possession. Anthony in that midfield just squeaks right of the net. And this one is a battle back and forth. These teams chasing down that ball. Bullfrogs now looking for a setup to Anthony. But Fear the Nub is in there to contest, and that is the Demolition Team goal to give us our game number 5.
Game 5 on the way. And oh, such an unfortunate cut there from Anturdi. I think it might have been on target either way, but helping it along. And it takes 2 overtimes in a row here, Frank. But in the grand finals, it is going to be a singular game 5 to decide it all. And these teams, I mean, they are grinding to the absolute core right now.
Yeah, it quite literally could not be any closer right now between these two teams. The last 2 games have gone to overtime. They have both been amazing, squeak by the skin of your teeth goals to seal the deal. And here we have the last game that will settle the score and set the stage on who will be our grand finals champions here today. Sleegy, I simply cannot wait.
I can't either. This is what we were hoping for. It has been a back and forth battle. This is the closest series that we've seen throughout any of the Adaptive Esports. And right here, right now, this is where it counts. Boost Collectors and Demolition Team. They've battled through all day today. They've battled through this series. Now, can they battle through one more game to decide it all? I mean, the storylines just write themselves here, Frank.
Yeah, a fantastic script being played out live before our very eyes, and we'll just have to see. I mean, it's been a story of Fear the Nub kickoff goals, of Anthony solo carries, of Angry Bullfrog comebacks, but in Game 5, it is truly any one of these teams' games.
Well, out of the corner here to start things off. Played away by Demolition Team. This is knocked down out of the corner. Angry Bullfrogs. Not quite able to reach it in Turdy. Into the corner here. It's passed out in front. Played away break. It's Michael. Again, towards the back wall. This one floating down. The good send, a lot of extra power on that from Nubby one-handed, plays it out of the corner again, could potentially be a setup, but Michael able to stay in front. And Frank, I think this is one of the few games that we have seen an opening minute go by here without a goal to speak of yet.
Yeah, I was going to say don't speak too soon. There was a few seconds left and a shot opportunity, but that is going to be sent wide. So you are correct, sir. Fear the Nub. Going to look to battle in this corner, but the demo on Anthony going to slow the pace of that play.
Touch in the midfield, and Turdy might have had an option, but ends up sending it wide. So look to try and follow it through. Angry Bullfrogs coming close. Slight deflection from Anturdi. This out of the corner, sent wide again. Michael using that sidewall to his advantage, trying to pass to himself. Back the other way again. Oh no! Looking for a touch to play it away, but it was already off target, and the own goal is how we start game 5.
Now, this is just one of those scenarios where you got to shake it off. These things happen. It's unfortunate that it happened in game 5 of the grand finals, but they do happen. So, Demolition Team, shake that one off. Fear the Nub. I think he already has. Is that one? Oh, but Anturdi gonna squeak that save through and maybe even convert. He's looking out of boost, so gonna abandon that play, look to reset.
Straight down. Nubby one-handed, no boost. It's Michael. Full of boost, trying to send it back the other way. Backboard hit up in the air, but the deflection not quite where he wanted. I think he had a little bit too much speed to quite get the accuracy that he was looking for. It's Michael. Caught underneath that one as it's sent downfield. Grabs the boost as Angry Bullfrog. Now, another clear down. And Turdy able to play this one into the corner. The bounce favorable here for Michael. Taking a shot over top of one, but the save from Angry Bullfrogs. Picked up quickly here. Demolition Team still on the press. It's going to be another drop down. Another save coming from Anturdi. Can he get a big hit? Yes, he can. It's on target. It is through. And Turdy gonna double their goals, double their lead, and double their chances of taking this tournament.
A great long-range snipe from Anturdi there. Just reads that line absolutely perfect with just enough speed to get the boost collectors up by 2. Demolition Team now finding themselves in a position they have yet to be in to the boost collectors, which is down with no goals to their name. Spoke too soon. Fear the Nub gonna get this one within 1 as he strikes while the iron is hot, and the Demolition Team regain some of their position.
Well, Fear the Nub doesn't fear the caster's curse, because as soon as you say that, it launches it right on through. 2-11 with 2-1 on the scoreboard. A little bit of symmetry there as we head into the rest of the second half. And Turdy, that's high up off the ceiling. Sidewall again, this one coming across. Michael trying to get there in time. This off the backboard, still in an interesting spot. And Turdy trying to bump it over top of one, but Michael still waiting for it. Gonna get bumped out of the way. Not the bounce they were looking for though, and before he gets taken out, Nubby one-handed will be able to send it downfield. And Turdy with another option of his own, but Michael able to make quick work of that one. A send back downfield on his own pass, but I don't think that was quite what they were looking for.
Oh, a potential opportunity. Gonna roll right over the net. Michael with a couple of gut-wrenching missed shots to tie this one up, and now Anturdi, can he make this one clean? I think he's been trying to get a little too fancy with it in that corner. Stick to the basics, stick to those passing plays, but Angry Bullfrog with this Demolition Team offensive pressure has had to play a bit farther back than Anturdi's used to.
Well, Michael, another good pickup here as we get into the final 60 seconds. And a goal desperately needed from Demolition Team, because Boost Collectors has been holding on to this lead for quite some time. As it's back in mid and Turdy playing it over again. This will be up and around off the backboard. Opportunity for a third shot, going to be taken, but just wide.
Love the idea out of Angry Bullfrog there, but yeah, just a little bit wide, and now Boost Collectors just need to hold on. Talking about 30 seconds left to play. Demolition Team looking to tie it up. Boost Collectors looking to just hold on to this lead. And oh my God! Anturdi going the distance, sneaking that goal in right under the Demolition Team's nose.
Oh, That arc, I mean, I couldn't have drawn a better one with a compass. I mean, my goodness, you thought it was going to hit the ceiling. It ends up just being a tad shy, but with enough drop to fall into net. And now, with an extra insurance goal, Boost Collectors, they've just got to survive the next 20 seconds here to avoid a third overtime in a row, and it looks like they might just do it. Final 10 seconds, Fear the Nub working downfield. This is his last chance and misses the ball in the corner. Gets it out in center. Michael takes a shot, and they get within one with 2 on the board.
Now, Sleegy, this is where things get interesting because we know how good Fear the Nub is on kickoffs. There is definitely, shockingly, surprisingly, and staggeringly enough time left on the clock for the Demolition team to potentially tie this up.
Well, it's a favorable kickoff. Michael able to get the height, but he's not able to get the distance. Boost Collectors able to hold on. It goes the distance to game 5 and overtime in 3 and 4. But at the end of the day, it's a 1-goal game in game 5, and Boost Collectors survive to be your grand champions. What an effort.
And Sleegy, the most staggering statistic, I think, of this game 5 grand final, 100% shots, 3 shots taken, 3 goals scored for the Boost Collectors to be your grand finals champions here today. They thwarted away 8 shots from the Demolition team, only allowing 2 to find the net. And with that, I say they are the champions by the skin of their teeth, but champions nonetheless.
And I mean, well-deserved as well. I think no matter who won there, it was going to be deserved on either side. But really, I mean, we see Boost Collectors putting on a next level effort, and they get the next level reward. They get the tournament. It goes the distance. One of the most exciting series that we have seen. So glad that we were able to catch it because, my goodness, you talk about a shootout. Not only was each individual game a shootout, the whole series was a shootout.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, down to the absolute wire. You could not ask for a better grand finals. And congratulations to the Boost Collectors for being your champions here today.
Yeah, but now I gotta hear Glitter's thoughts on this. Hopefully she's had time to catch her breath, because if I hadn't been talking, I know I would have been on the edge of my seat holding mine. Glitter, what did you make of that grand finals?
I mean, we knew that this matchup was going to be intense. We got insane overtimes. We had back and forth goal for goals. It went the distance of all 5 games. I mean, this was a performance fitting of our final grand finals. Both teams had so many great plays, but in the end, Boost Collectors, they just barely hold on, and they're now our 4-time undefeated champions. I mean, that's a wrap on our final Adaptive Esports Rocket League exhibition. Of course, huge congratulations to Boost Collectors for taking home the grand prize of $4,000. And thank you so much to every single one of our competitors, not only from today, but every single one of our exhibitions for playing with us. This was an amazing way to wrap up a memorable season. Of course, thank you so much to our partners, Logitech G, Mount Sinai, Able Gamers, and Adaptive Action Sports for making this entire season possible. And thank you to our wonderful casters for guiding us through all of the action today and every other day. If you want to find out more information or when our next season will be, you can head on over to adaptiveesports.g.logi.link. Who knows? You might be our next champion. On behalf of myself, my fellow casters, and everyone behind the scenes working to make this event possible, thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time.